Another day, another romance route promises to keep. Anyways, hello everyone, my name is Stopper, and welcome back to Promises to Keep. In the last episode, we found out about most of Theodore's backstory so far, and by golly, he needs fixing. But that was last time. Go check out that video, please. It's good. I stutter a lot. I stutter a lot in all of my videos. Anyway, today we're gonna be doing ROFI'S route. Up to day 4, which is all of them are at except for Ollie, I believe. So, we should just get straight into it. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. They help me out a ton. And let's go ahead and hang out with the very drunk ROFI. Let me take a sip of water. Stay hydrated, everybody. Spotting that familiar orange dog, I make my way to the couch against the wall of the basement. He's clearly tipsy, maybe a bit more, but he seems to be enjoying himself, glass in paw, as he sways with the music coming from the jukebox. No words are needed as I sit next to him. Almost instantly, he sways in my direction, carefully resting his head on my shoulder. He is very drunk, if you can't tell. Hey, Leo. Hey, ROFI. How are you feeling? Good. He giggles a little. Warm. He nudges his head against my shoulder a little. Instinct takes over and I find myself stroking his head right between his ears. He leans in and starts rubbing his snout against my cheek. Oh. Okay then. Hunter's like right in front of us right now, just watching this all happen. Oh god. Also, I do believe that the ROFI route is the canon one, because if there is a canon one, because, well, ROFI is like, you know, childhood friend. I'm not saying that. ROFI doesn't say much else, but I continue to earn happy dog noises as I rub his head. We sit there together for a while, watching Theo and Ollie chat at the bar, listening as Artemis tinkers with the jukebox, almost a music box. Feel Hunter's eyes on us for a moment, but as I meet them, they're full of nothing but warmth. He gives me a thumbs up and a wink before returning to his billiards game. Hunter's my favorite character, just, again, I'm gonna say that again. Everything about this moment just feels right. I'm where I belong, with everyone. With ROFI. I'm not sure how much time passes that we sit together. For once, I don't feel the need to keep track. At some point, ROFI sets down his mostly empty glass on the table next to us. When he settles back on the couch, he leans against me fully, head on my chest, back against my belly. He pulls my arms around him, but shoots his puppy dog eyes at me before I say anything. Whoa! Okay. Of course, he would be the one to do this. He is the drunkest out of everyone. Well, I'd say he and Ollie are about equal. About equally sloshed. Keep me warm, Leo, please. I don't put up much of a fight. We watch Ollie make his way back to the bar for another drink, giggling at something Theo says. Theo has been at it for a while now. I wonder when he's gonna call it a night. What? I wonder when he's calling it a night. Where did I get Gunna from? Hopefully never. I don't think anyone can get me to move from this spot. Alright, on cue, we hear Theo call out to us. Last call, folks. I'm afraid your bartender is exhausted. There it is. You know anything else, ROFI? Dog shakes his head slowly before letting out a yawn. I wanna snuggle you. Okay. You already are. And I'm good. Hunter grabs one last shot at the bar before coming over to join us. Yes! You're still my favorite character. And the route that I'll be doing when I think day 5 drops. I'm gonna be on that. Looks like you got yourself in a real mess, Leo. Points to the sleepy dog, basically laying on top of me, and chuckles. I don't mind, and I doubt he does either. Ruffy's eyes fully shut then, and almost instantly, I feel his breathing slow down as he drifts off. He's definitely a good cuddler. For a second, the magic of the moment wavers. Have you two... Oh, as buds, yeah? Hunter looks up thoughtfully. But to answer the inevitable follow-up question, we were never really more than that. Good. I let out the breath I was holding. He would kill me for telling you this, but... He talked about you a lot when we first met, and after, too. I don't think he ever stopped talking about you, honestly. Judging by your reaction, he must have been on your mind a lot, too. These past years? Jeez. I nod slowly. Hunter gives me a smile. Seems like this storm came at just the right time, then. He gets up and stretches. By the way, the real mess starts now. He gestures to the sleeping dog on top of me. Good luck getting him off to you and to bed. With another chuckle, he heads off to pack up the billiards table. He was right. I didn't have the heart to wake Rafi up just yet, but Thea really seems to be winding down. I let Rafi have a few more minutes to rest before gently shaking him awake. Huh? What's happening? He is cleaning up for tonight, and I think Artemis is ready for bed. Rafi sits up. Oh, right. I forgot Artie is sleeping down here. Let's go upstairs? Sounds good to me. I help Rafi up and he leans on me a bit, groaning. My head already hurts. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any Tylenol. Drink more water. Artemis calls me outside of the basement. Rafi whines. I will... later. Enjoy your headache then. After checking in with Theo and wishing everyone good night, Rafi and I are the first to leave the bar. Want me to walk you upstairs? No, I'm okay. He lets out a big yawn. But can I just sleep in your room tonight? Okay, then. Yeah, he is, like, making moves. And again, I didn't, like, on the first day of this game, I did sleep with... I did sleep in Hunter's room laying on his arm, didn't I? Huh. Okay, maybe he's moving a little bit slower. Just a bit. My room is so far away. I'm about to pass out. Fell victim to his eyes, and don't have it in me to turn him down. Okay, so we're both gonna get jostled awake when the branch comes through the window. I know it's coming this time. I know it's coming this time. If it doesn't come this time, I'm gonna cry. As long as you're happy with an air mattress. As long as you're there. I opened the door of my den to... Huh? Oh god. I opened the door of my den. I opened the door to the den, ushering the dog in and closing it behind us. Rafi flops happily onto the mattress. As I stand over the comfortable-looking dog, everything begins catching up to me. The nervousness and anxiety, the old feelings, everything felt so natural tonight. But what if... At that moment, I'm literally pulled out of my doubts by Rafi, his paws tugging my arms towards him. I let myself fall next to him on the mattress. Feel the stress melt away. Rafi buries his snout in my chest. We don't say anything for a while, just enjoying each other's warmth and company. An eternity passes before Rafi mumbles drowsily into my fur. I'm so happy I found you again. Speech slowed down with each word, just fighting against impending sleep. I miss you, Leo. I miss you too, Rafi. Our words linger in the air as we're both overcome by exhaustion. And tree branch! Tree branch jump scare! Crash! Boom! The window's fucked! For the first time in a very long time, there's no place I'd rather be than right where I am. Come on, Leo, walk faster. This sounds like a Minecraft song. Okay, I'm coming. This is art that I've seen. This art was also on the games page. This is when we were kids. The characters were children. Look at... There's new characters here. Do I recognize either of them? Hell no. Hurry! We gotta get back to school soon. Are your parents already on the way? Rocky checks his phone. Not yet. I don't think so. He holds up a plastic bag. But we have to eat these before they melt. I know. Let's find somewhere to sit. Rocky breaks into a light jog, and I follow him before eventually we find an empty bench under the tree in the town square and sit together. Wow, look at little Rafi. He has the same stance. And he's shorter. Phew! Finally! I haven't had anything sugary to eat in forever. I'm able to squeeze out a response between my labored breaths. Couldn't you say that the math team was meeting for a little longer today? I would've, but I feel like Mom and Dad are catching on. We used that excuse a while back, remember? At the beginning of middle school came the greatest scheme Rafi ever created. Math team. A cover that lets the orange dog stay after school, safe from the watchful eyes of his parents. Technically, he wasn't lying to his parents. He was on the team, of course, and the team did have practices every Tuesday. What they didn't know was that the practices only went on for an hour. He managed to convince them that it was 2, giving us a little time together after the real meeting finished. No, I forgot. I'm having trouble remembering all the silly excuses you make up to get away from your parents. I ruffle my paw through his hair gently. He giggles and hands me one of the 2 ice cream sandwiches sitting in the bag. Not that I'm opposed to the arrangement, of course. We never had time to hang out together outside of school before. Now that we started middle school, though, I look over to Rafi as he unwraps his own treat, his excitement palpable. He looks back at me, angling his head a little. Yo, open yours. I want to try the mystery flavor at the same time as you. I blink and direct my attention to the cold snack in my paws, quickly peeling back the wrapper. Okay, 1, 2... On 3, we both take big bites of our ice cream sandwiches. Rafi immediately lets out a whine. Cold! Silly dog. He knows his teeth are sensitive, but he always insists on getting something cold and sweet when we hang out. Ice cream itself tastes like some kind of fruit. Maybe apple? That's his favorite, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it once his teeth adjust. Rafi chews thoughtfully, then swallows. Cotton candy? Leo, that's your favorite. Wait, cotton candy? Mine tastes like apples. We stare at each other's sandwiches. They both look pink, certainly, but the shades seem to be different. But they always stock the mystery flavor, unless they mess up today. Rafi gives me a grin and holds out his sandwich, now starting to drip. Trade? I know you'll like this better. You'll enjoy mine more than I will. Here. We make the swap and continue eating. Must have been fate. We both got what we wanted. Fate? I didn't know you believed in that. Well, kinda? I just realized I should check the gallery and... yes. Let's go. Which means that this one is Artemis's... What is that? Okay, we just got spoiled on something. Why did the things appear when we're not there yet? I'm gonna crash out. Why did it appear when we haven't seen it yet? That's... Crap! I'm dropping a save. Right here. Okay. Oh, kinda? Checks his watch quickly, then takes another bite. Seems like we still have a little more time. I don't think that everything has already been predetermined for us. That'd be boring, right? I nod, letting his words wash over me. But I feel like some things are meant to happen. Like, you might be fated to meet someone with certain traits that will influence who you become, but the exact person isn't preset. There are lots of people with similar qualities. After all, I'm sure they'd influence you similarly. Suddenly feel compelled to reply, but there's no one out there like you. The dog goes red and then buries his snout against my shoulder. Leo, you're just saying that. No, I really mean it. I'm sure of it. Rafi lets out a few whines and rubs his face further into my fur. I think you're pretty special too, Leo. Now, when's the depression going to hit? He gives me an affectionate lick. Yo? What are we doing? Chill? Oh, he is the dog. Okay, okay. Having finished our treats, we relaxed on the bench together for a moment. He snuggles closer into me, eyes cast upward at the blue firmament above. The sky is full of clouds, floating by innocuously? The tree branches above us sway in the light breeze. Everything about this moment is perfect. I will do it all over again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, forever. And I wouldn't have it any other way. That's a lie. We all know what happens. I look over at the orange dog, but his eyes are closed. He must have dozed off while I was daydreaming. Wait, his parents! I start gently shaking Rafi to wake him up. Rafi, your parents are probably close to campus. We have to go. The dog doesn't respond, seemingly asleep. Above us, the sky begins to dim. Rafi? I shake him a bit more forcefully. The once innocent-looking clouds darken. Hey, we really need to get back. A raindrop lands on my nose, followed by another. Oh, what? Where did all the leaves go? Are we in Silent Hill? Rafi, I think we took a wrong turn, bro. I think we took a wrong turn. Hey, can we walk back, please? Can we, leave? In the distance, thunder booms, startling me. Ah, what happened? Then Rafi, it seems, enough to wake him up, at least. How did it start raining so suddenly? I don't know, but we gotta get back to school. I'm sure your parents are waiting already. Rafi scrambled to check his phone. Crap! We both spring to our paws. I reach out to grab the plastic bag of sweets, and the cackling wind tears it away from me. Rafi watches as it spirals off into the sky. Oh my god, look at his face. What? Rafi? The dog doesn't reply, eyes fixed on something far away. Leo? A moment, a flash of lightning strikes the tree above us. One of its branches splinters off, heading directly for Rafi. What the hell? Rafi, look out! I do the only thing I can think of and leap to shield the dog. I tackle him to the ground, squeezing him tight. We hit the ground like a sack of bricks. His form strangely liquid beneath mine. His fur feels coarse against my own. Close my eyes and brace for impact. I didn't get jump scared this time. I didn't get jump scared this time, I swear. I swear. I promise. The sound of shattering glass wrenches me awake. A blast of Arctic wind forces my eyes open. For a frantic moment, I am not sure whether I'm awake or asleep. How strange. That was a memory dream, but near the end it, messed up. That's, the only one that's done that so far, right? Oh, don't go to load. Gallery. Yeah, that was the only one to, mess up near the end. Mainly because all the other ones have been, messed up. Because this is the only one that's, happy memories. Remembering when Liam and Rafi used to hang out all the time. And, well, freaking Theo in the car, Hunter with his parents, and Ollie, disassociating, I guess? And turning into Adam Smasher from Cyberpunk or something? I don't know. For a frantic moment, I read that already. Then I feel Rafi stir beside me. Leo? Yeah, Rafi, I'm here. I shiver. The familiar sight of Theo's den comes into focus as my eyes adjust. A notable difference. Without thinking, I stumbled to my paws and lurched toward the window. A fallen tree branch protruded into the room like a splinter stuck into flesh. Distinctly foreign body, letting in the elements. I stare at it numbly, recalling one old tree and two young friends. Oh, look, he has the dead-eyed look here. Who's sending me messages? I'm trying to tell them to leave me alone. I just want to read. I want to finish this. Please. Please. Okay. Oh, the window. Ruffy's eyes. Eyes. I'm the stopper. I am a professional English major. Ruffy's voice pierces my reverie, and I stare at his firm paw as his firm paw pulls me back from the window pane. Turns to me to face him, shivering and full of concern. Leo, we should get Theo. Theo, right. Come on. Ruffy darts toward the door, pulling me along with him. It seems that Theo's route is the only one where we don't go and get him immediately. In the other ones, we like grab all the books, or like someone has to get hurt first, or we just fall asleep. I feel so bad for Hunter though. I'll fix him, don't worry. Okay. I need to chill. Rocky darts towards the door, pulling me along with him. Flashes of memory as we run through the house. What? Flashes of memory as we run through the house. I think there's a word missing here. The back of his orange head, chasing him, always chasing, always lagging behind. We tear up the stairwell in hurried silence and run right up to Theo's door. Theo? You're right there. He is always up right on time. He must be a very light sleeper. We hear his voice from inside, gruff from sleep, and then the rustle of blankets. In just a few moments, he opens the door. What's wrong? One of the windows in the den, a branch fell on it and broke. Theo's sleepy eyes jolt open, a violent electricity coursing through his frame. How bad is it? He asks us, already halfway down the hallway. Ruffy and I struggle to keep up as he speeds down the staircase. We didn't get a good look at it, but the panes are pretty much shattered and all the heat's leaking out. Wordlessly, Theo thunders towards the den and throws open the door. Now that the master of the house is here, the howling wind seems louder than before. Theo immediately does what neither of us thought to do and turns on the light. It seems that Leo lost a couple brain cells in this one. Got, his IQ lowered. Because he didn't turn the lights on in this one, and this is like the only one he didn't turn the lights on in. Is there a shard of glass in the inflatable mattress? What is that? Am I bugging? Is that a sheet? The damage was worse than we thought. Snow and broken glass littered the floor along with... Is that blood? Huh? Are we about to find a body? No, this is giving me Danganronpa flashbacks, please. I'm getting flashbacks. Please do not play. Please tell me we don't find somebody just done for in the corner, and then all of a sudden, ding dong, bing bong, a body has been. Okay. Oh, Leo! Ruffy points at my paw, his eyes wide in shock, and my gaze follows his. I lift one footpaw to reveal a red, sticky mess on the hardwood floor below. Oh, I stepped on the glass. He did lose some... Okay. He lost IQ points. Leo, you're bleeding. You must have stepped on some of the glass. Did I read that already? I don't even know. I stared numbly at my own bloody paw print. I hadn't even noticed. Here, sit down. No. Theo says sharply, eyes flicking between me and the window. Go to the living room. But their voices seem to echo from far away, bouncing around a hollow in my skull. It's freezing in here already, and I have to clean this up before someone else steps on something. Go sit down in the living room, and I'll bring my first aid kit. Ruffy freezes for a moment longer, then nods and starts to lead me out the door. Come on, Leo. We get you situated in the living room, and I'll have a look at that footpaw. Something seems to have shifted in Ruffy's tone. Some interior switch flipped. Right here, Leo, okay? This is the only one that I've gotten injured so far. I don't know if I'll get injured in Artemis's, but that'll be a next time thing. I let him lower me into a chair. I can still hear the wind, or maybe it's just a roaring in my ears. Ruffy kneels and looks up at me expectantly. Did he say something? What? He said, can you lift your foot paw for me? Oh. He takes it gently and rotates it, inspecting the paw pad. Yep, you've got some glass shards stuck in there. Lucky for you, I'm here, huh? He looks at me with a nervous smile. Well, it's been a while since I did anything like this. We deal with a lot of crazy cases in the emergency room, but constantly being dialed up to 11 kind of puts you out of patience with the less acute situations. He pauses and backpedals. Oh, no, not to say that this isn't a problem. We should still deal with it. But it's not that bad. I think it doesn't look that bad. Dog seems flustered, as if treating someone for the first time. Just as I open my mouth to answer, Theo enters, looking tense and wild-eyed, arms full of books from the den. Oh, Theo, you don't have the... No, he says brusquely. Sorry, I'll get it now. I've never seen him like this. I think this is new. His frantic gaze darts around the room, then lands on me and softens somewhat. Sorry, he says again. With a woomph? A woomph? Huh? Theo dumps the pile of books into an empty chair and runs up the stairs. Oh, of course. The books in the den, the plants, all at the mercy of winter. We should help him. My voice sounds strange and empty, coming from a million miles away. Huh? We should help him get the stuff out of the den. I rise from my chair, only for Robbie to firmly grip my shoulders and push me back down. Dog's tone becomes firmer than I've ever heard. No, you're staying here. But, have you had cuts like this before? This question comes out almost robotically. Huh? Have you hurt your paw like this in the past? Stepping on glass, splinters, things like that? No, I don't remember anything like this happening before. He nods, slipping into work mode as he starts to inspect my injury further. Go completely silent, suddenly worried about interrupting his train of thought. I only ask because I don't know if you have trouble clotting. You're still bleeding a bit, and it's been a while since the initial injury. I'm not sure how to respond, just nodding and pretending to understand. Do you know if you have clotting factor deficiencies? No? Is this something that I should know? Should I I was about to ask if I should call a doctor. Should I call my doctor? What? He looks up, expression unreadable, and rephrases his question. Do you know if you bleed easily or take a long time to stop bleeding? I don't think so. Okay, then we should be okay. I'm also concerned about potential infection. Are you immunocompromised at all? I don't think I am. He nods again, muttering quietly to himself. Before he continues, he looks up at me. We had cried for eye contact for the first time since the incident. He pauses, and I see a shift in his eyes. Sorry. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm stressing you out more, aren't I? When your soft look returns to his face. I'm just so used to doing medicine a certain way. We don't get a lot of time with patients, so I have to be fast and efficient. So I guess we're in no rush right now. Are you doing okay? I guess. Feel bad. Den was such a lovely space. Please. Why do you feel bad? It's not like you caused this. Well, my blood is on the floor, so... Or, not blood. See, blood in a certain language means ketchup. What am I saying? No, it doesn't. I let my words go and sink back into the chair. I guess you're right. Theo paused. What? Okay, let me lock in. Theo's paw steps interrupt us, and he appears at the bottom of the stairs with a bright red first aid kit. It's been half an hour already. Jesus. Thank you, Theo. Fox stands tensely behind as Rafi quickly unpacks the kit. His eyes keep moving to the pile of books on the chair. Do you need anything else? No. I think I have everything right here in the kit. It's okay, Theo. It meets my gaze. You can go deal with the den. I'll be fine. Alright. Fox sighs once. Excuse me. A low, deep release of breath. Thank you. He gives me a grateful look and starts off. Turning back in the doorway. Just shout if you need me. Alright, let's get you patched up here. Rafi begins by soaking a small pair of tweezers in alcohol, kneeling down, then dabbing my paw with the solution. I hiss, suddenly and sharply aware of the tears in my flesh. Ouch. Yeah, sorry, this is gonna sting. But we gotta make sure you don't get some nasty infection from the cuts. It'll be over soon, okay? I'm surprised you didn't notice when you stepped on it. You're bleeding quite a bit. The adrenaline from the situation probably helped, but though. I mumble a few words in response, quickly trailing off as Rocky grabs the tweezers. Let's start taking the shards out now, alright? Okay. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. I hiss again and switch as the cold tweezers touch my skin. Oh, it's still okay. I know it's hard, but the more you move around, the more it'll hurt. Sorry. I do my best to stay motionless as Rafi plucks the first glass splinter out of my paw. There we go. First one done. Another splinter slides out. Just one more, okay? You're doing great. And that's it. That's all of them. Rafi grabs a few disinfecting swabs and holds my foot paw gently. Just a bit more, Leo. Almost done. He presses the swab against my wound, and a jolt of pain shoots up my leg. Ah, frick! Pull my leg back a little, accidentally kicking his snout. Ah! The dog falls into his bag. Oh no, I kicked him. Oh crap, sorry, Rafi. I lean forward to help him up, but he holds his paw out. No, it's fine. Just stay there, I'm okay. Sits back up, rubbing his snout, face slipping back to focused concentration. We're nearly there, I promise. Prepared for the pain this time, I don't move or hiss when Rafi takes the alcohol swab to my injuries again. He wipes them over a few times and starts unwrapping a band-aid from the kit. Maybe just patch these up and you'll be good to go. Theo emerges once more from the neighboring hallway. This time he's carrying a familiar travel bag. Here, Leo, I brought you your things. Noticing my blank expression, he elaborates. I'm really sorry, but it's going to take me a while to fix up the den, and I'm not sure if I can keep it isolated, given the state of the window. If you'd like, I can bring your air mattress in here and set it up in front of the fire, or you can take one of the couches. Oh, of course, I'll have to move rooms. Again. A low sarcastic chuckle escapes me before I can stop it. It seems like my bad luck follows me to Theo's. You can stay in my room, Rafi offers without hesitation. Then at least you'll have some privacy. He stands up and offers me his paw. Here, I'll help you carry your stuff up. Okay, thanks, Rafi. Of course. Theo, I'll get Leo situated. Just let me know if you need more help, okay? Theo nods. Likewise. Now, if you'll excuse me, he heads to a nearby closet and grabs a broom and dustpan. Come on, Leo, let's head up. With Rafi's help, I managed to get most of my things upstairs in one trip. Dog insists on carrying more than me on account of my bandaged paw. Foot paw. I keep forgetting foot paw. 1 second. Anyways, we slip into Rafi's guest room and he shuts the door behind us. Rafi and I safely unload my things into a corner of the room. Dog lets out a big sigh and checks his phone. Gosh, it's still so early too. Rafi turns the device to me. 4:30. Not even Artemis is awake yet. Guess we finally got a head start on him, huh? Rafi chuckles, settling down on the edge of his bed. I nod in response, still planted firmly in the center of the room. Hey, Leo, are you sure you're alright? He leans forward, inspecting me with a worried gaze. I nod again. Neither of us believe me. Yeah, you gotta believe yourself if you say something. After a few moments of silence, Rafi pats the bed beside him. Come sit down, please. I hobble over to the bed and paw might only be... My paw only now beginning to throb. Rafi clearly notices, but I make it to the bed before he can get up to help. Gosh, Leo, let me help you next time. Your paw must be hurting a lot. No, it's fine. It's still a little numb. Stop messaging me. Please. The dog frowns and turns full body to face me. Jeez, I can't speak. And there's his freaking Annie station or something. I don't know. What's going on? You can tell me anything. Not sure how to begin to explain. I'm not sure I even understand what's wrong. I just feel bad. Bad. Like, physically? Is it your foot paw? Did I do an okay job? He immediately scoots off the bed and tries to get another look at my foot paw. No, it's not that. My voice comes out louder than I intend. So sounds far, far away. I don't care about that. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I'm tripping over my words now. I just forget it. It's fine. I'm fine. Leo, you don't look fine. You look pale. How do you see if I look pale through my fur? The only character that you'd be able to see if they looked pale is Ollie. Oliver's the only one you can see is pale because he doesn't have fur or feathers. How does this work? Without warning, he places a paw on my forehead. I flinch and scoot away from him. I said I'm fine. He shrinks away as well, hurt plain in his eyes. Leo, I'm just trying to help you. If I can't help if you won't tell me what's wrong. Ugh. Excuse me. Sorry, I have to yawn. You don't have to help. It's fine. My voice comes out strangled and tearful, clearly not fine. I just need a moment. Okay. Genuinely, how come the happiest one so far is Hunter? Hunter has the happiest one, technically. Oh, no. Ollie. Ollie has the happiest one so far. Sure, he had like an existential crisis near the end, but still. Okay. We sit in silence, save for the frenzied pounding of my heart. Look, I had a dream. I had a dream about us when we were kids. As the two of us sitting under that big tree. Rafi's ears twitch and he tilts his head, hurt replaced by curiosity and confusion. Felt just like a memory, but something about it was wrong. And at the end, just before I woke up, my breath catches and I draw my tail around myself for comfort. Branch fell. Swallow, struggling to force out the words. There was a flash of lightning, the branch fell, and it almost hit you, Rafi. It almost fell right on top of you. I tackled you to get you out of the way, and then I finally meet his eyes. The memory of shattered glass resounds in my ears. And you woke up, and the branch had broken the window. Rafi finishes my thought. I nod, pulling my knees up onto the bed and stuffing my face into them. It was just a dream, though. Rafi sits down beside me once again. Look, I'm fine. Not flattened by a giant tree branch. I'm just as three-dimensional as ever. My brain knows he's right, but my body won't listen. I want to return his smile, but my face just won't. It takes a second to think. I'm sorry that happened to you, though. Let me know if I can best comfort you. Let me know how I can best comfort you, okay? I can recommend some resources that hear him slip back into the medical voice I heard earlier. He seems to notice too. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it again, aren't I? It's okay. I know this is just how you were trained. The dog let out a sharp, low bark of laughter and buried his face in his paws for a second. Honestly, I wasn't trained for this. Jeez, why do I keep yawning? If someone's struggles aren't physical, I just consult psychiatry or therapy and pass them on to those departments. We're encouraged to empathize with our patients, but we're constantly walking a thin line between that and our own personal boundaries. Who sent me a notification again? Leave me alone. Okay, I can't say what that is. Oh god. It just doesn't make sense. Sharing some lengthy anecdote with some to empathize with them. If we only have 5 minutes together in the exam room, especially if I'll never see them again, and I have four other patients who need me. He lets out a sigh, then looks back up to meet my gaze. Jesus Christ, I can't breathe. The situation is different, though. I know you. I have a personal connection to you. You're not just a patient. You're a friend. And I should operate with that in mind. Sorry, I'm rambling there. Oh no, the depressed Rafi. What the flip? What I mean to say is, I know how you feel. Honest. I know how real dreams can feel. Sometimes more real than being awake. His voice falters slightly, weighing down weighed down by dreams of his own? I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk more about your dreams, okay? My ears are always open for you. The last of the medical voice fades away, leaving only Rafi, my old friend and companion. Can I give you a hug? That be okay? I focus on my breathing and consider his offer. Why did I lock in like that? Hello? I nod. Rafi carefully helps me out of my curled position, one tangled limb at a time, and swaddles me in his warm fur. Feel his heart beating softly, vibrating through his chest and against my cheek. My own heartbeat slows a little, perhaps comforted by the presence of another. He rubs one of my arms slowly up and down in a soothing rhythm. In the span of minutes, I can feel my stomach settle. The crushing feeling in my chest begins to ease. As I sit there, protected by Rafi's embrace, I feel the fatigue from my poor sleep start to seep into my body. Above me, he lets out a soft yawn. Seems he's in the same boat. We're gonna wake up with Hunter depressed. I don't have the energy for any more words. I close my eyes, leaning deep into his fur, deep into a fitful sleep. Okay, what dreams are we gonna have this time? Are we gonna meet his parents? I feel myself slip in and out of consciousness a few times, but one thing remains constant all the while, Rafi. I think if I asked him to, he would hold me like this forever. His presence keeps the dreams at bay. Finally awake to him stirring above me. Bruh. We didn't get no dream. No. Oh. Oh. Why? Where the dream at? Morning, Leo. How are you feeling? I'm okay. Better than earlier. That's good to hear. He looks down and notices his arm still around me. Sorry, I didn't mean to. My stomach leaps at the sight of his flushed face, so close to my own. You don't have to apologize, you know. I like having you close. It's what I needed last night. Or this morning, or whatever you want to call it. Rafi giggles, giving me a gentle squeeze and rolls his head a little. I'm pretty stiff too. Turns out, sleeping upright, even against a soft dog, isn't the best position for your neck. You know what time it is? Dog leans over to his phone, sitting on the desk. It's almost 11. I wonder how everyone's doing down there. Wanna go check on them? Do you feel ready for company? Because we can stay here for a little while longer if you want. No, that's okay. I don't want to stay in bed all day. Even if it was with you. Even if it is with you. Okay, we can grab the rest of your stuff too and bring it up here. How exciting! I haven't a roommate since freshman year of college. You can hear him force some level of assurance to his voice. Even at a time like this, he finds the energy to lift others up. He gives me another arm rub and slowly gets up, letting go of me. I miss his touch immediately. When I head down first, I think I might wash my face, clear my head and everything. That makes sense. Last night must have been stressful for him too. I should give him a moment to himself. As long as your foot paw's alright. No, that's fine. See you down there, okay? If he gives me a thumbs up and I take my leave. After only a few minutes of stepping out into the hallway, my foot paw proves not to be fine after all. I walk gingerly. The intermittent creaking of the floorboards reminded me of how slow I'm going. I crest the top of the stairs. I hear a familiar voice. Yo, need a paw? Yes. Yes. When will we get Hunter but Jimothy? I'm sorry. Jimothy Hunter? When? Oh, hi, Hunter. No, I think I'm probably okay. Leaning heavily on a railing, I start to struggle down the steps. The second the headshot raccoon hops up to my level and swings one arm around my shoulder. One of my arms around the shoulder, or something. Yeah. Gonna go ahead and override you there. Follow my lead, okay? Start to object, but think better of it. It really is much easier with a little help. Indeed. Indeed it is. Together, we traverse the stairs much quicker, and soon we're on the On the couch, surrounded by plants and books from the den. It gives me a moment to catch my breath. How are you two doing? Okay, I think we managed to get a few more hours of sleep upstairs. Good, looks like the paw's bothering you quite a bit, huh? Yeah, I think the chaos of the moment numbed the pain, but that's wearing off now. Hunter nods. Yep, adrenaline's a hell of a drug. So, Rafi is a roommate now, huh? He nudges me playfully. At that moment, we hear the dog's voice from the top of the stairs. Are you two talking about me again? Rafi hops down the stairs two at a time, the exhaustion of the previous night clearly forgotten. There we go. Why can't I read? Hunter waves to the dog. Yo, how are you holding up? Rafi gives him a thumbs up. Good. Glad that I'll have company in my room now. He nudges me happily. Yeah, Leo, he'll have someone to crush at video games all the time now. Not complaining. I'd taken being beaten at video games in Rafi's presence over a freezing cold bedroom any day. It's not like I may have had much of a choice anyway. Hey, I'm sure Leo will catch up eventually. Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, I was just telling Leo how much of a wild animal you were in the dorms. Dog rolls his eyes. Yeah, you know me, always drinking and partying and doing crazy things. Hunter chuckles. What are y'all up to now? We thought it would be good to make an appearance. Let folks know we're okay. I also think I left some things down here that I need later. Oh. Hunter reaches behind a pot of plants sitting on a couch and pulls out a small wooden container. He'll put everything else in here for you. Sure enough, my phone charger and toiletries are sitting neatly in the box. Oh, is he? Theo, I mean. Hunter considers for a moment and gestures around at the collection of odd items from the den. Busy, mostly. He's in there fixing things up right now. I offer to help, but the raccoon shakes his head, looking a bit somber. For whatever reason, he really wants to do it himself. Yes, Hunter doesn't get injured in this one either, but Theo might be a bit depressed. Just a bit depressed, you know? Just a bit. Basically pushed me out of the room. He runs a paw through his hair and looks down at his knees. I realize I haven't known him that long, but it's still a bit jarring to see him so upset. I think back to Theo's reaction last night. Hunter was right. It was scary, seeing him slip out of his calm, self-assured nature into the frantic fox he was earlier today. I'm trying to strike a bit of a balance, you know? I don't want to hover around him, but I want to be available when he needs help. And he will eventually. A tree branch is just too big for one person to deal with. Where are the other two? How are they doing? Well, believe it or not, Ollie is still asleep. Artie asked us not to wake him. No point in getting him all worked up about this. As for Artie, he took off for his apartment a bit ago. Said something about repair materials and was out the door before I could quiz him. Thought about going after him, but Hunter looks at the two of us a bit sheepishly. I wanted to stay here and update you guys when you came down. I don't know, it felt like the right thing to do. I wanted to make sure you were alright too. Rafi walks over to his seat on the couch and gives him a big hug from behind. Thanks, Hunter, we really appreciate it. Of course. The big guy perks up immediately at Rafi's hug, giving the dog an affectionate pat on the shoulder. They look around the same height here. But I'm pretty sure me and Rafi are like around the same height. And Hunter is like, you know, a whole foot taller than me. Did I read that? Yeah, I did. I don't know how long fixing the den will take, so it's great that you could share a room. Rafi and I share a smile. He was so quick to offer it, too, without a second thought. Anyway. Hunter slides his phone out of his pocket and rises to his paws. It's been 15 minutes, so I'm due to ask if Theo if he needs help again. He'll break down eventually. I instinctively reach for my phone to check the time, but quickly realize that it's dead. Oop, I gotta charge this thing. I stand up, only to be greeted by a flash of pain from my paw. I hiss sharply and half fall back onto the couch, both Rafi and Hunter jumping up to help me. Oh hey, careful, let me charge it for you. He grabs my charger from Theo's carefully packed box, but as he holds it out... Oh wait, what's happening? Rafi darts in front of him, snatching the cable almost aggressively from his paws. Hey, be nice. Be nice. No, I got it, don't worry. I'm not sure I look as Rafi hands me the cable with a smile. There's an outlet right next to the couch if you reach around. Though the dog is clearly concerned about my pain, I can tell there's something else driving him too. Protectiveness, maybe? Okay. So he's protective. Alright then. Hunter wipes his surprise off his face, his normal smile returning. Okay then. Okay, it said not oh. Looks like y'all have this under control. Guess my updates for you guys are all done. I'm off to bother Theo. Catch you later. Don't hurt yourself, please. Raccoon waves, then hops out of the room, leaving just Rafi and me. Rafi, you okay? Oh, that said, hey Rafi. I missed the hey. I'm the stopper. I know how to read. I'm a writer, after all. Huh? What do you mean? Well, you seem really eager to help me hand me my cable. Oh, that was nothing. You're my patient, right? Oh, he started blushing. My patient, right? So I should be taking care of you. Sure. Anyway, we should also grab the air mattress and move it to your room for tonight. Try to get up again, leaning on just my good paw, only making a step towards the mattress next to the couch before Rafi interjects. Oh, I figured we'd just share my bed. I like Hunter more. I'm gonna say that again. I still like Hunter. Oh. I'm not sure why that didn't occur to me given our setup last night and our nap this morning. If, that's okay with you? I can't help but smile at his hesitation. Of course. I guess you should deflate the mattress, huh? That said, his tail swishes behind him. Yeah, I can do it. Just sit back. Quickly finds a release valve for the air mattress, and in no time at all, it folded up neatly on the couch. What do I do now? Oh, hey, we haven't eaten yet. Want me to throw something together from the fridge? That sounds good. Before long, Rumpy and I are eating together in the kitchen. After a few bites, he lets out a huge yawn. Oh gosh, I really need more sleep tonight. The blankets Sia gave me were so warm and cozy and comfy. Long trails off, already lost in a daydream. When will his hangover headache hit? He didn't drink any water last night. I know. When will that hit? When will that start hitting? Someone's awfully excited to sleep. Well, you aren't the only one that slept poorly. Rafi drops his energetic facade for a moment, long enough for me to cry. Oh, sorry. Was last night really bad for you? He rubs his eyes with both paws. To be honest, I kept waking up. I had to settle down for the third or fourth time when the branch fell. No, yikes. Was it me? Did I roll around too much? Rafi laughs softly, paws still covering his eyes. No, it wasn't you. If anything, it was nice to have you there when I woke up. It was just my brain. Being a little mean with my dreams. Him too, huh? You want to talk about it? It's alright. I just had this reoccurring dream that I can't shake off is all. Doesn't seem like he'll offer much more than that, at least right now. That sucks, Rafi. I'm sorry. I put my paw on his shoulder. Let me know if you do want to talk about it, okay? I feel like it's only fair that I return the favor. The dog nods The dog nods quietly. I let the conversation settle, and for the first time since reuniting, he doesn't pick it back up for a good while. We continue eating in silence. I hope tonight is a little kinder to him. I lose track of time, sitting there with Rafi. Then finally, I speak up. Hey, I think you would find part of my dream last night fun. Yeah, what happened? Well, remember middle school math team? His eyes grow wide. I clearly just unlocked some deep memory of his. I knew this would get him excited. That's a new one, right? I don't remember seeing this one. And we'd get snacks all the time? How could I forget? Yeah, I basically dreamed up a retelling of that. We went to the great tree at the town square, ate some treats, did some cloud gazing. Storytelling takes me back to the fuzzy warmth of my daydream briefly. It was just really nice. That's the first time I've dreamed of that in years. That does sound nice. What did we eat? Spent some time recounting the dream for him. His little giggles and commentary complement my storytelling. Wait, my parents were already on campus? Yeah, it was crazy. I don't think I ever cut it that close back then. There were certainly some close calls, though. They're all for just a few after-school treats. 2 days were my favorite day of the week because of them. The dog sits up, finished with his food. I'd love to just go back in time to just sit around with you and review snacks like we used to. That does sound like fun. Honestly, any distraction would be good at this point. Cabin fever? A little, yeah. I think this morning kind of exacerbated it a bit. Is that what that says? Exacerbated? I don't know. My cat was just ramming himself into my door again. I should probably let him in. Well, he was in here for a minute and then he ran away. I think him ramming into the door did do quite well for his little cat brain. The dog nods thoughtfully. Then his ears perk as he remembers something. Wait, Theo has a ton of snacks. He jumps out of his chair, making his way to the cupboard. I can practically see the gears in his head turning as he browses the selection. He turns around and sticks his tongue out at me. Can I pick some this time? You always got to choose when we were younger. Sure, but it won't be much of a surprise, will it? It just Theo's snack collection. You're right. I know, give me a few minutes to plan. I watch the dog whip out his phone, typing furiously. Cover your eyes, okay? And no peeking. I sigh and cover my eyes with my paws. I hear some galloping past me, up and down the stairs, accompanied by the sound of bags and plastic wrappers. Microwave opens and gets shut. At one point, I hear a second set of steps come from the basement, but they don't enter the kitchen. What? Who just came in the house? Who's... Artemis isn't here. Hunter? Okay, ready? Open your eyes. Oh, it's daytime now. As I uncover my face, I'm greeted with an impressive spread of chips, sodas, and other small bites sitting on the dining table. How'd you find this much food in the cabinet? No questions. With the magician does his work, please. He hops over to the microwave and presses the button on the microwave before finally rejoining me at the table. So, got any afternoon plans? I look up at the ceiling, pretending to think for a moment, just to tease him. I can see a raised eyebrow in my peripheral vision. Then I smile. Nope, looks like my afternoon's all clear. The dog scoffs, ruffling his paw through my hair. Then I start to hear it popping from the microwave. Popcorn? What, we're watching a movie? I see the dog's eyes light up as I seemingly guessed correctly. Oh, of course, the projector downstairs. I figured we could both use a relaxing afternoon. What better way to wind down than a movie date? A date, huh? I didn't even get a proper ask. Rafi giggles and hops out of the seat. He kneels down and takes my paw in his. Fine, fine. Leo, would you like to go on a date with me? This is... Bro. He got down on his knees like he's a prince or something. Oh, fair maiden. Oh, fair maiden. Would thou join me on this wondrous day? He shoots the most potent set of puppy dog eyes at me. I can't keep him kneeling for too long, so I give up the facade quickly. Of course. He hops up energetically, pulling me up with him. My chair creaks as I get up, and the sound almost echoes around the kitchen. Surprised at how quiet the house is, especially given all that happened this morning. All I can hear is a low humming of the microwave. Wait, Rafi, the microwave! Rafi's ears perk up. Ah, dang. He whips around and steps quietly towards the microwave, stopping it before any more damage is done. As he opens the door, the smell of burnt popcorn begins to walk into the kitchen. He grabs the bag, shakes it a little, and tears it open gently. He reels back a little as a puff of smoke hits him in the face. He shakes his head, then gives me a sheepish look. So, that's the only bag of popcorn I could find. I right-clicked. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a break. It's been an hour already. I didn't even realize. I'll be back, and we're gonna finish Rafi's route up to day 4 next time. Or, well, in the next recording session. Wiggity bobbity boo. And no, we're back. Because of course we're back. I'm always back. Anyways. I read it already. Hey, that's alright, and I'm sure it's still edible? I reach upon into a bag and pop a piece in my mouth. Wow, that's burnt. I've actually had burnt popcorn before. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Cheers Rafi up a little. Yay! Like, get some butter, maybe some salt. Caramel, too. Caramel will work. He grabs as many snacks as he can in his arms, then nods towards the basement. Your movie date awaits. The basement looks mostly the same as last night. At the center of the room, I can see 2 chairs set up around a table in front of the projector. Rafi throws his assortment of snacks onto the table and then makes a grandiose gesture to one of the chairs, prompting me to take my seat. He hops behind us for a moment, returning with a few movie reels. Okay, so I've narrowed the options down to these few. I don't really know what they're about, but they're all comedy romance type movies. You pick. Look through the various titles and finally decide on a silly looking teen comedy. I hand the reel to Rafi and with a soft smile goes to set up on the projector. Well, at least he tries to. You sure you know how to work that thing? He grunts a little, clearly struggling. He looks at me and grits his teeth into a grin. Of course, I got it. How could this be anyway? This thing is technologically ancient. I open up a bag of chips, carefully getting up and waving one paw in front of my mouth, making sure to keep weight on my good foot paw. His tail switches happily as he leans forward to take it out of my paw. Gotta make sure the theater staff is well fed. Right, and said staff just figured it out, I think. With the flip of the switch, the projector whirs to life, and the movie starts to play on the screen across the room. I sit back down, but Rafi springs up to switch the lights off. Hurry, it's starting! The room goes dark, minus the screen, and he quickly joins me across the table. Too bad there aren't any previews. We won't get to analyze all these snacks properly. We can do it during. The movie starts, and the camera zooms in on the main character. Rafi reaches across the table to hand me a drink. I see him holding a similar looking can, just a different flavor. He pops his can open and raises it in toast fashion to me. I imitate him and can't help but chuckle. We sip our drinks in unison, and mine tastes like apples. No, we're getting flashbacks. Jesus Christ. I look over to his can. It's a light shade of pink. Could be... Hey, what flavor is your drink? Rafi looks at the little inside. It says cotton candy. I don't know where Theo found this flavor, but it seems pretty unique. The blood freezes in my veins, just like my dream. Damn you, cotton candy apple. You curse. And great. You know, guys, this is why y'all should get enough sleep at night and, avoid tree branches breaking through your windows. Or else you start tweaking. Like, badly. The smell of new spring grass. Do you want a sip, Leo? Synthetic apple flavor. Leo? Sense of time stood still. Rafi stands upright and quickly crosses over to me. Broken mirrors. He kneels in front of me, staring deep into my faraway eyes. Bloody paw prints and freshly fallen snow. Hey, Leo, it'll be okay, I promise. His paw enveloped my own and suddenly I am anchored. Here, now. Though my breath is still shaky, I calmed down a little at his touch. Yeah, okay, I'll be okay. He smiles softly at me, though I can still see the worry in his eyes. Where did you go just now? Back to the dream? I nod. I'm sorry. Rafi interrupts me with a playful swat on the knee. Hey, no apologizing aloud. His voice softens even further. Look, is all of this too much? I want to make sure you enjoy this afternoon, whatever that means for you. Do you want to go back upstairs and decompress there? I look around at all the snacks and drinks, screen projector so carefully set up, Rafi's eyes looking up at me, concerned but warm. Put so much effort into making this impromptu date. He just wanted to make the afternoon fun for me, despite the circumstances. I can do this. I can stay here with him in this moment. No, it's okay. I'm good down here. Promise? Promise. The repeated word brings a tear back to his eyes. Okay. Hey, I have another idea. Give me a sec. He hops upstairs, but returns quickly, carrying a large beanbag. You want to share this instead of the chairs? They feel a little stiff to me, especially for a movie viewing. Give him a small smile. I'd like that, yeah. We rearrange the snacks on the floor and make ourselves comfortable on the beanbag. We sit normally at first, but quickly start sinking in and leaning against each other. Soon, Rafi's cheek is on my shoulder. The movie begins to pick up as the protagonists find themselves entrenched in a dramatic love story. Well, dramatic for them, the story felt a little bit silly to me. Where did the word little come from? After a particularly bad scene, I feel Rafi snort out of amusement. Oh my god, it's really not that deep, Chad. Of course the main character's name is Chad. Is the girl's name Rebecca? Apparently, Rafi thought it was so silly too. He turns to me talking through the transition scene, or the scene transition. Can you believe him? I think the entire school knows he likes Melissa. He should just confess. Melissa! So close. Dang it. Of course his name is Chad. Let's be honest. Chad and Melissa. This movie would have been over like 30 minutes ago. How long has it been? Well, the movie producers have bills to pay. It's part of the show, right? I guess. I feel like you had so many opportunities to speed the plot along, though. He giggles and settles back against me, and we tune back into the drama. In a dreadfully cruel twist of fate, Chad finds out that Melissa picked a college on the other side of the country to attend. I swear to God, this story has happened before. I've watched a movie and an Alex, I think Meyer review? An Alex something review. I can probably look it up. I think it's Alex Meyer. Alex Myers. No. Myers YouTube. Yeah, Alex Myers. Or Mayers. Whichever one it is. I don't remember which movie exactly it was, but I've seen a lot of his videos. Wow, he hasn't uploaded in 2 weeks? Jeez. Oh. He's like... Okay. Alright, let me log back in. Oof. Tough luck, buddy. Like I said, if you just told her he liked her like a few months ago, this whole mess could have been avoided. What do you mean, Melissa? What? You mean Melissa would have picked a whole different college in a whole different state, all for some high school fling? Maybe. That was a weird way of bringing people together, you know? The movie's protagonist graduates and a pivotal moment finally presents itself. Chad confesses to his love. Great, and what does he expect from her to do now? She's already committed to a great school. But he hasn't yet. What? Rafi watches intently, and sure enough, he predicts the ending of the movie. Chad ends up choosing a college just near Melissa's, and they get together. The whole thing ends with a musical number about as tuneless as the rest of the movie. Jesus Christ. It's High School Musical. It's High School Musical. Is that what they're watching? Wait. High School Musical main characters. Cast characters. Wait, oh my god, Chad is a character. Wait, Chad's a character. Wait. If I look up Melissa, I swear to God. Oh my god. Oh no, wait. Never mind. a side character titled Weird Kid Number 2 was acted by Melissa Hildebrandt, whoever that is. Wait. I was about to say, it was literally just High School Musical. I was about to cry. We sit in silence as the credits roll. I look at Robbie and he looks back to me. So, great movie. A lot less dancing and a lot less Alex Bale theories about how it's a sequel to, Breaking Bad. Rafi cracks up. I said, Rafi, are you kidding me? That was so bad. Where did you even get this? I can't help but laugh a little with him. They probably got it out of the back of the dumpster at the dive bar he worked at. Knowing him, well, he probably just found it somewhere in the dumpster. Okay, yeah, it was pretty bad. I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. Rafi let I don't know how to say that. Of amusement, then hands me another bag of chips. I didn't make the movie. Why would that hurt my feelings? Honestly, the whole story was just so cliche and tropey. He grabs a handful of popcorn for himself and starts crunching. And not even in a clever way either. That didn't even try to examine the tropes. Or present them in a new and different light. People and their unoriginal writing. They just recycled plot lines from other movies and called it a day. I try to make my plot lines original. He munches in silence for a few moments. Is he about to say this popcorn sucks? Yeah. Okay, and how unrealistic was that ending? Moving across the country to date someone who barely knows you? His munching paused, his face scrunched in thought. Well, I guess to say we're admirers from afar? Probably spend more time together off screen than we didn't see. Okay, but moving for someone like that isn't something you do lightly. I feel like marriage has to be on the table for that kind of thing to happen. Oh, I would have moved with you in middle school. Oh, I guess marriage is on his table. Oh no. Oh, well, wait. Okay, I didn't mean I wanted to get married or anything. The dog starts tripping over his words, flustered at their implications. I just meant that I felt really attached to you, and obviously we were too young and stuff, but he stops to catch his breath, his eyes catching mine, his cheeks are glowing red. Rafi, the red-cheeked dog. I don't know what type of dog you are. Before he can fill the space with words, I unfold him in my arms. Whoa! He goes quiet as I squeeze him gently. Thank you, Rafi, for today. For everything you've done to make the best of what happened this morning. He lets out a little squeak of protest. He never was good with praise. I really appreciate you. A lot. Yeah, see? I find this has to be canon. Right? It was nothing, Leo. I'm really glad you're feeling a bit better. At that moment, we hear a knock on the wall. Rafi jolts out of my hug, startled, and I turn in the basement stairwell, making eye contact with Artemis. Hi, Artemis. He's wearing his signature smirk. Of course he is. Emo Mordecai! Curses! Hey, lovebirds. Your 2 hours are up. Lovebirds. He made a bird joke. Artie, why'd you scare us like that? Sorry. It did look like you two were having a really good time there. Rafi whines, a mixture of embarrassment and protest. But I didn't come in just to disturb your date. Theo needs a little help with the den repairs. The old coot has finally decided to listen and reason and let us help. No, Hunter gets hurt in this one. The only one he doesn't get hurt in is Theo's route. Is his route. Theo's route. What? Rafi's ears perk up and he sobers slightly. Sobers? He was still drunk? Oh, alright. We'll join you guys upstairs in a minute. Sounds good. Take your time. The bird disappears with a wave of his wings, leaving just Rafi and I. What do you mean by your 2 hours about? Did you make a reservation for us down here? I just wanted to make sure we had it in the basement for enough time. Checks his phone. Oh wow, he was right. We've been down here for a while. Longer than 2 hours, actually. It was worth every second. I pat Rafi on the head and he can't help but stick out his tongue at me. Okay, I can clean up the stacks if you want to reset the projector. The dog nods, but we quickly get the basement back to it, I said but instead of and. And we quickly get the basement back to its original setup. With Rafi's arms wrapped tightly around mine, we make our way up, unsure of what we'll find. When we re-enter the living room, Rafi and I are greeted by a busy-looking Theo looking through a cardboard box, Artemis standing next to him and peering in. You really didn't have to bring all of this, Artemis. Thank you. Hey, no big deal. Just some extra layers to help seal it up. I can't believe I ran out of plywood. I usually have tons of that stuff laying around. Fox looks up to see us, tired face creasing into its usual smile. Oh, Rafi, Leo, are you two holding up? We're doing okay. Just did a bit of relaxing in the basement. We have quite a selection of flicks down there of varying qualities. Ah, those? They must be decades old at this point. I didn't buy them. I see. Guess they were I said pretty much. I guess they were pretty, groundbreaking for their time then. Anyway, did you need any help with the tent repairs? Leo and I aren't really up to much else today. Theo opens his mouth, presumably to decline, but Artemis jumps in. Yes, I think we'd love some help with this last bit. Theo shoots Artemis a look. Artemis ignores it. We're planning to put some plywood boards up to seal any remaining gaps in the window, and then we'll probably call it a day. The bird finally turns to Theo and gestures at the three of us. You know what they say about many paws, right, Theo? You let Hunter help you with the branch. Now let us help with the plywood. No! Can I see Hunter? If I see him depressed, I'm gonna cry. I suppose that's fair. Although, Leo, I didn't want you exerting yourself while you're hurt. Why don't you let the three of us handle this? Why doesn't Leo come with us and make sure we're putting the boards on straight, just to watch and give us guidance? Rafi chimes in. Yeah, that sounds good. That would be helpful to you guys. You must have known I'd feel guilty just sitting in the comfort of the living room while they were working. Leo considers for a moment, eyes scanning over the three of us, and slowly nods. Okay, fine, but please be careful and watch your step. I think I got all the broken glass, but I'm not sure. In fact, best to wear your shoes for now. Rafi lets me lean on him as we follow behind Theo and Artemis. Theo opens the door to the den and I instinctively brace up. But the room is surprisingly temperate. I look over to the window and it appears to be, pretty well patched up. Layers of plastic trash bags and duct tape. The tree branch and glass shards from this morning are noticeably absent. I guess Theo and Hunter made quick work of things. Or maybe Theo just spent all day fixing it up. I wonder if he even stopped to eat. Rafi helps me onto one of the chairs, then reaches to grab a wooden plank, holding it up against the window. How's this, Leo? Looks straight to me. He giggles as Theo comes by with a few nails and a hammer. Quickly secures the board, then moves on to the next one, which Artemis holds the second in place. The process repeats itself, and soon the window is completely covered by sturdy planks. Oh! I don't think we've ever seen that before. We've never seen it covered with the planks before. I don't believe so, anyways. This is the best I can do for now. It needs a new pane, obviously, but I'm not going to get that fitted anytime soon. Theo looks around the room and warily rubs the back of his fluffy neck. He mutters something I can't quite catch. Sorry, what was that? Nothing. Don't mind me. Turns back to face us, looking tired but not unhappy. Thank you, everyone, really. You are dismissed. I'll handle the mess in the living room. No problem. Let us know if you need anything else, Theo. Artemis gives him a lazy thumbs up, then makes eye contact with Rafi and I. I prepared some food for you guys in the kitchen. Pretty much everyone else already ate, so feel free to help yourselves. Rafi's tail starts swishing. Oh, thanks, Artie. I'm so excited. Artemis smiles and takes his leave too. I half expected Rafi to bolt out the door after the J, but he scampers over to me instead, helping me up. Careful now. You doing okay? All good. Let's grab a bite. Rafi and I don't chat much as we eat. The dog seems focused on his meal, but he's probably worn out. But he's also probably worn out from the day's events. I know I am. Sometime later, he looks up from his empty plate. I already cleaned mine, content and full. Yum! Here, hand me your plate. I can wash them real quick. I feel a little bad seeing him run around all day for me, but I don't protest, handing him my dish and utensils. He gets the dishes done in record time, then offers me his paw. Video games before bed? Though we had already talked about it, I kind of forgot that we were sharing a room tonight. I nod. That sounds great. After helping me settle on the floor carpet, Rafi hands me a controller and boots up his new game. Play a few rounds, but it doesn't feel like either of us are getting into it. After the next round finishes, Rafi sets the controller down and flops onto his back. Man, video games suck when you're tired. Agreed, even one more round would probably turn my brain into mush. Excuse me, sorry. Rafi lets out a chuckle. You sound like my parents. Oh god, I hope not. I think back to our conversation on the first day. Hey, I haven't really mentioned them a bunch. How are they? For a long moment, Rafi doesn't reply. Yeah, great job, Leo. Oh, business as usual. Mom is probably fawning over her poor plants because they aren't getting enough sun in the storm. And Dad is probably shaving years off his life freaking out about the stock market. Probably? Wait, have you spoken with them recently? I mean, kind of? Since the storm started? No? His tone sours a little. He doesn't follow up his short response with anything else, continuing to lay on the floor. That's that. I get the sense that he doesn't want to talk about it right now, not after such a stressful day. Okay, well, I'm here if you want to talk. I appreciate it. His responses are scarily stiff. The air starts to feel a little stagnant. Then he gets up, warned returning to his voice. Sorry, another day? Still figuring things out, and I don't have the energy to talk about them right now. No, it's totally okay. I'm just here whenever you need me. Thanks, Leo. Hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Right when he took off his shirt, this is exactly how I looked.
But his new freedom. Ate fried chicken and burritos every day.
I look exactly like Flight, bro. Right when the shirt came off. Oh god. It's just the first time we've seen a character shirtless. And it's an Hunter tickets. I'll think you've heard everything. Robbie is the villain of the story. Plot twist. The dog stretches his arms, sliding his shirt off, then jumps into the bed. My face heats up. I didn't expect him to be a shirtless sleeper. So early, but I honestly could sleep for a year. Hey Leo, everything alright? I shake my head, realizing that I was staring a little. Yeah, sorry. I'm good. He beckons me over to the bed, then I realize I'm still sitting on the floor. Oh, sorry, wait, He hops back out of bed, reaching to help me up, but I get up on my own. Hey, it's all good. My paw still hurts, but not nearly as much as before. You did a really good job. The dog gives me a shy smile. First time we've seen this. And the shirtless part, of course. At least he doesn't sleep commando. Thank God. He gets cozy in the bed again, and I join him shortly after. I snuggle up to him. It's almost second nature at this point, with how often we've been in close contact the last few days. You want to sleep? I can turn the lights off. I nod slowly. The dog reaches over to me and hits the light switch. Reaches over to me? Hello? Suddenly, we're bathed in a comfortable darkness. Slowly, my face against his chest fur. The same comforting heartbeat from this morning is clear to my ears. I also notice a hint of vanilla coming from his fur. Are you wearing cologne? The dog giggles softly. No, it's probably just the body wash I use. It smells nice. You smell nice. Thanks, Leo. I still can't believe I reacted like Flight did, bro. If I wasn't, like, faceless and I had my camera on, I wouldn't have my camera on in these types of videos. What am I saying? Y'all would have seen my face light up exactly like Flight's did. I promise. We laid there together for a while. I think back to the craziest of the day. So much happened in so little time. Too much, honestly. Something he had... Oh, geez. Let me drink water. Ugh. Goodness. Something he said keeps coming back to me, though. Hey, you awake? No? Feel a chuckle vibrating through his chest. Very funny. What's up? I paused for a moment, then asked my burning question. Did you mean it? What? What you said earlier. Did you really have moved with me? As soon as the words leave my mouth, I feel a little silly. What was he supposed to say in response to that, Leo? You saw how flustered he was earlier. Silence goes on for a while, then he replies, Yes. And just like that, I feel all my anxiety, all my fears and worries seep outwards, leaving my chest, spreading out towards my arms and legs, then leaving through my fingertips and toes, placed with a sense of belonging, warmth. I can't help but marvel at the power words can have. Scenes from the day play back in my head, but only the warm, fuzzy ones. Movies, snacks, naps, leaning on him as we traverse the stairs. I don't have the energy for conversation anymore, but I don't feel the need to talk. Rafi gives me a gentle squeeze around my back, almost a signal that it's time to return to dreamland. This time, no. I'm not afraid of what awaits. Not with Rafi protecting me. Where's the nightmare? There's a nightmare. Just as I thought. What's happening? I can't see. It looks like the beginning of a Suburban music video. It looks like it would be. Like, this is how people who haven't watched the music video for Make Me Forget would think Make Me Forget's music video starts. Snow everywhere. The howling wind. And a steady, persistent pulse. Where am I? I shiver. The wind chill starts to pierce my trusty sweater. No point in standing here aimlessly. I need to stay warm. I inhale once and start walking. Walking through the endless night. I just realized this is new music. Nothing but black, far beyond what I can make out. I can see my breath as I exhale. Getting cold, isn't it? My ears perk up, neck fur bristling. Who's there? Who is this? I think Rafi just ran into a skinwalker. It's a skinwalker! It's a doppelganger! Or as Eddie would say, doppelbink. Me. And I don't have to care. Regardless, I come bearing gifts. Feel something, a weight in my pocket. Before I reach a paw inside, I blink and something warm appears in my grasp. Oh. His parents look so not mean in that picture. From the picture, they look open. Like, they're not strict on him, but they were. And his ear, he got one ear from his mom, one ear from his dad. Got his fur from his dad. And his inside colors. Most of the fur pattern from his mom. The picture frame. Mom and dad and me. Looking at them warms me just a little. I clutch the frame close to my chest, extracting whatever heat I can from it. But before long, I feel a force tugging it gently away. I look up, squeezing it closer in defiance. A laugh echoes in my head. Who is this? Who are you? Doppelganger! Alternate from a Mandela catalog. A clone. This doesn't come for free, you know. A laugh echoes in my head. This doesn't come for free, you know. And what does it cost? Simple journey down a paved road. Scenic view, steady moving vehicle. Surrounded by intricate fencing. We don't want you straying off the path, of course. I tuned the voice out almost entirely, focused on the heat radiating through my chest. A mumble in response. Right, that makes sense. As I stand there, I feel all the frost melt away. This is comfortable. An eternity passes, just me in the framed photo. These are what it wants me to say. But this is what I should say. Okay, I'm gonna drop a save. Drop a save right here. And I'm gonna say this one. Okay, it doesn't give me a choice. Where does it lead? The frame glows dimmer in my paws, faint warmth. Yeah. That is Rafi. Yo. What are we doing? What? Where does the road go? As long as you stay on the path, you'll arrive where you're supposed to. And where is that? I don't get to choose, do I? You can't drive through fencing, no. But what if I want to try? There's nothing but hardship past these guardrails. But is this path really a true choice with the guardrails up? Of course it is. And they're there for your own good. I don't know if I don't want that. That, my dear, isn't how it works. You'd be refusing a future of stability, future of happiness. My happiness? He vanishes. Is it my happiness? I call out to the void, louder this time. I said it quieter. Not mine, then whose? Frame goes brighter, as if to give me an answer. And he returns. It doesn't matter. It becomes yours with time. Okay, this music is giving me chicken skin. It's giving me goosebumps. I don't like this. It becomes yours with time. But what after? That doesn't matter either. It'll be enough. Will it? He can see the gears turning in my head. The millions of futures and the millions more decisions playing out. Maybe, just maybe, their love. Maybe it'll be enough. Sinking feeling of dread bleeds through me. But maybe it won't. This doesn't feel right. Can't do this. The frame glows dim once again. Then it snuffs out completely. Startled, I let that future slip from my paws. Stumble backwards. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Did I? Am I lying to myself? Who am I even apologizing to? Although, that's it then. I'm free? Far from it. Just look at yourself. One blink later, I'm faced with my own reflection. Yeah, look at the dead eyes. He looks like, his eyes look like, Theo's mom's eyes. He's so hollow. Exactly. Frightened, I take a step back. Right on cue, a disdainful chuckle rings through my head. Feel a laugh vibrate through my skull. It hurts. How silly of you. This is inevitable, Rafi. You can't run from this. Not without shame. Disappointment. Loneliness. Squeeze my eyes shut and shake my head. Stop. Look at him. Look at the smile he wears. Stop it. He's happy. An unseen power forces my eyes open, and I stare at myself in the mirror. Is it his happiness, or is it borrowed? I don't want this. And you're sure about that? I'm sure. My voice comes out shaky, betraying me. And you're comfortable with the emptiness? I can find something else. It's awfully cold outside. Once you get yourself thrown out, you won't have much time. I will find something else. Did I say something? Yes. There's no going back on this. I raise my own voice as if to chase the other voice away, so I won't. Always the optimist. The voice cracked. Get out of my head! Jesus. Talk about silly, Billy. I jumped backwards, heart sinking. Just like that, the last of the light is gone from my surroundings. I can only make out wisps of smoke now, dancing further and further away. Only then I notice how hard I'm breathing. Hello? No response. Is anyone there? The boy doesn't answer back. Of course it doesn't. The cold begins to seep back in. And whose fault was that? I'm an idiot. I didn't think this through. Feel tears start to well up. Then another chilly gust sweeps past me, a reminder of my predicament. I need to keep moving. Take a moment to regain my breath. I wipe my paws across my eyes, drying them. Now is not the time to wallow. Clear my throat, and clear out of the darkness once more. So you just watch me freeze to death here? Silence. I look down at the shattered glass in front of me. He was right. There's no going back on this. I remember the other gift in my pocket and reach for it. Matchbox with a single match. It's hardly enough to keep me warm, so I let it fall into back into my pocket. Turn around. Out of options. Can't stay here forever. Onwards it is. Fold my arms, every breath releasing a cloud of steam. I wonder, if I froze out here, would anyone come? Would anyone even find me? I wander in the frosty darkness for a while. Then I sit. I sit and I think. I don't get to do this often, but now seems like the perfect time. Put my head in my arms. I'm so cold. I just need someone, something, anything warm, even if it's not forever. As if the void could hear me, I'm blasted with a wave of overwhelming heat. Look up and open my eyes, scrambling back. No voice. No incorporeal body. Just a simple, lit table. Oh, pride stuff. And there's Hunter. That's Hunter right there. Is that the... What flag is that? I don't know what flag that is. Is that the pansexual flag? Hold on. Yes, it is. I was right. Yes. Okay, so is Hunter pansexual then? Dunskies. Coolio. Curious, I stand up and approach it. On the tablecloth, I see little trinkets and photos sprinkled about. So many futures, so many chances. Everyone flickering bravely in the dark, little chunks of glowing coal on their own, but in harmony, providing the comfort of a roaring fireplace. I do what feels natural in the moment, wrapping each and every ember in my fur. I exhale, resting my head on the altar as I hold its decorations close. The last of the frost leaves my soul. My eyes begin to water, the heat starting to become too much to bear, but I cling to the table anyway. Like a parched traveler finding an oasis. I had almost forgotten what love felt like. Then a searing iciness brushes over my shoulders. I gasp for the breath I just let out. This here makes for a sorry comparison. Tense up, bringing the decorations closer to my fur in defiance. I thought you left, like I asked. I couldn't bear to watch you waste your life like this. Don't pretend like you care. Well, it's pathetic, really. This sad little bundle of embers. Man, get out of here, freaking hater. Anybody want to help me box this? Anybody want to help me box this dude up? It's called shadow boxing while staring into a mirror. See how they each amount to nothing? I look up, but together they protect me just as well. But they're still nothing compared to what you threw away. Take a closer look. I withdraw a little, setting the items back down before picking up one of the frames. I'm flooded first by realization, then by guilt. What? Crap! No! What happened? I was trying to zoom in. I tried to zoom in. I'm flooded first by realization, then by guilt. How did this turn out for you? I don't have much to say. You really think his love was worth anything near theirs? Oh, they were together? That's why they're so close. They were a thing. What? Hey. At least me and Rafi have similar taste. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was. It definitely, the show is. Because it certainly didn't seem that way those years ago. How long was that? He's 21 now. How old is me and Rafi? Hold on. How old is Rafi? Promises to keep. 26. Presumably around 26. Okay. So, don't know how many years ago that was. Familiar dread starts to creep back. The lit frame in my paw flickers like a light bulb on its last life. Then it goes dark and cold. I look at the altar, still brimming with life. But there are still so many opportunities. And what makes you think any of them will be different? Reach out for the next frame, but before I can touch it, it goes dark. Smoke once again. Stop that. Try to act faster, grabbing another frame. What's in the photo? Glows weakly as I touch it, then goes out. Please stop doing that. Like dominoes, each part of the altar begins to dim. Till the final bit of color drains off the table into nothingness. Yeah. So, I can tell you right now, Rafi's parents, D1 haters. In fact, I think that they are more of a hater of haters than Dio Brando, in my opinion. In my unprofessional opinion. Nothing left but the bitter cold. As if to mock me, he appears again with a smirk. I didn't do anything. You failed. You chose this for yourself. So you're just letting me freeze here then? You're letting yourself freeze. Luckily for you, you're not out of options yet. I remember now, reaching for my pocket again. Then I take one look at the table next to me, realizing you're cruel. Not forcing you to do anything. Oh. It does have a warning on the, hold on, let me open the game page. The game page itself, oh my god, I think I just got hit with spoilers. God. Damn it. Hold on. Yeah. Religious and familiar trauma, injury, mental illness, minor body horror. I don't think I've seen the body. Yes, I have. Grief and homophobia. So, yeah, this must be that part. The homophobia part. Which I hate. So, his parents, I want to box them up. I want to put them on a t-shirt. Be 100%. I want to be 100 with y'all. I'll be 100. Box them up. Put them on a t-shirt. I'm not forcing you to do anything, I read it already, but it's you or them. I divert my gaze towards a lifeless table again. I'm not going to do that. I turn back around, and he's gone. So I sit down once more, leaning against the altar. I can weather this, I think. I hope. Minutes pass, hours, days. Can't even tell how long I've been here. I can barely feel my arms or legs. The frost setting more aggressively than before. If I don't do something soon, I'm really out of options, aren't I? It felt like a millennia since I've heard the voice, but he's right. I put myself in this situation. So I need to get myself out of it. I pick up the matchbox, carefully extracting a single match. Okay. As I strike it, I glance one more time at the photos. Bro, no! Save the flags! Oh, those happy possibilities. There's no going back. It's just like you said. Man. Hunter's mine, though. Rafi, step up. You stay back, boy. You stay back. No response. Truly feels like I'm talking to the void now. Perhaps talking to yourself? I close my eyes, squeeze them tight, as if I could shut out what I'm about to do. As soon as the flame meets the first picture, I feel the gnawing cold bleed off my fur. The fire begins to spread from frame to frame. The table burns brightly. I sink to the ground, huddling close to stay warm. Jesus. The heat feels so nice, I could just break down and cry. The fire crackles merrily, the only sound left in the whole universe. Please, please burn just a little longer. Please. Start to regain control of my frigid body as the last of the blaze extinguishes. Forward. I just have to move forward. I can't let the memories cloud my thoughts. I don't have time for that. If I want to survive. Okay, so what I'm getting here is not only he was in a relationship with Hunter. They broke up, but are on good terms. At least it appears that they're on good terms. They're still really good friends. It just probably didn't work out. It's like a together thing. He was with two other people, and I'm guessing those didn't work out either. So, I'm still happy that I got the pansexual flag on my first try. Jeez. I'm like, smart guys. I don't have time for that if I want to survive. I pick myself up, looking at the ruins around me. They can't help me anymore. Then, with a breath, I take the first step forward. Damn. Yeah, look, his parents are burning up in there. Oh, in the picture. It's a picture. I stride slowly, each step taken with a cruel finality as I distance myself from what it could have been. I notice the tears running down on and off my cheeks. The ripples they make, a feeble effort at reaching back to what's already done. what I've already done. There's no going back. Damn. Damn. Okay, where was that in here? Okay, that must be Artemis stuff then. Here it is. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. I tend to do that a lot. Bing, 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 bing. Previous. Okay, so there's one more for the Rafi route. One more picture right here. Dang. So he was with Hunter at one point, and Hunter's pansexual. We have confirmation. Well, they're all some flavor of, you know, gay, but they all have different flavors. It's all different flavor. Rafi, I'm pretty sure is just. So is Leo. Um, Theo's bi. We know that. It was confirmed in the last chapter. Or in the last romance playthrough. Ollie, don't know yet. Artemis, don't know yet. No, I'm pretty sure Ollie has a thing for Theo. What? No. Artemis. I wake not with a jolt, but with a slow, halting shift. My filmy eyes cracking open, the shadowed structure of Rafi's room forming once again around me. No broken glass, no blood. Just a stiff and choking silence, and the faintest hint of smoke. What? My injured paw twinges slightly. Raise my paw to my face and rub my eyes, only then realizing how damp my cheek fur is. My paws meet the mattress, sheets still lightly stained with tears, probably mine. The sense of gentle dread pulls me back under the covers, but I resist. It's still dark outside. I shuffle about for my phone, my joints popping and cracking softly. Not quite 5 a.m. I shiver, suddenly racked by chills. Rafi must have moved while we slept. He lays now, with his back to me, fuzzy shoulders rising and falling rhythmically. Last night, I would have pressed myself against him, arms encircling his torso, cradling his warmth next to mine. Now I am hesitant to strike another match. Still so frightened, even after all these years. The timid animal inside me triumphs, just like it always does. I rise silently, with only the slightest rustle of the sheets, and gather up my things. Slip my jacket over my bare arms, cold comfort and a poor replacement. But safe, endlessly safe. A poor replacement. Is this the final picture? It looks like it would be. No, it's not. I lie. I look back one last time before I slip into the hallway. The gentle rise and fall of Ralphie's shoulders seems to have stopped. Is he awake? Awake and holding his breath? Waiting to see what I'll do. Cross the threshold and shut the door with as quiet as a click as I can manage. There will be no sleep for me tonight. No more sleep for me tonight. So that means it's time for coffee. I head down the stairs, heading for the kitchen. Why are all the lights on? You can hear the hen howl. The hind? The hind. The hind, bro. The hind. Hello? I can hear the wind howling insistently outside. The windows are all covered, and the snow seems to have picked up since yesterday. As I approach the kitchen, I notice the lights are on. Someone else must be awake already, too. I weigh the odds of seeing someone else against getting my coffee, and the coffee wins out. Yeah, it's Theo. That's what I thought. It's been 2 hours already. Uh, uh. I've been reading so much. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Out. Anyways, people keep sending me messages. They won't leave me alone. I gotta start closing Discord. Will I do that? Nah. You never know when I get an actually important message. See ya, sitting in his usual spot. Fox was tapping aggressively at his phone, eyebrows furrowed, a full mug getting cold in front of him. Okay, I've seen this already. We're gonna skip through this. Don't have to read this. So unless the dude Ralphie comes downstairs. Oh yeah, he's getting, I forgot that he got this peeved. See, he's gotten peeved every time it's just me. Oh, wait, go back. I worry if I open my mouth. I'm worried if I open my mouth even to breathe, I might cry. But I have to say something. Why does it say Rafi? Theo, why don't you let me talk to them? The voice almost make me jump. Torrent of guilt spikes through me, though I'm not fully sure why. Yeah, here he is. Okay, they aren't exactly the same, because Rafi's here this time. Okay. I wonder what he's gonna say to them. Anyways, I will be right back. So I open the door to go to the bathroom, and there's a cat at my door that runs into my room. Ain't that right, mister? Freaking big back. Anyways, Rafi stands in the doorway to the kitchen, tucked once again in his red sweater, fur messed up and spiky from sleep. I just realized that his pants changed as well. Was he in his underwear? Persuasion is one of the first things you learn working in the emergency department. Serious Rafi is back in full force, face in thin, tight lines, eyes full of calculations. And if they hear the same thing from multiple neighbors, it might convince them. I turn back to Theo, holding my breath. Finally find my voice. You look like you've been worrying about this all night. Let us take care of things from here, okay? Theo, if you're clearly exhausted, we will let you know as soon as we have a plan, okay? We're gonna get her out of there, I promise. The moment that passes in one of the longest and quietest of my life. Okay. Word comes out as a sigh, some of the tension escaping along with his breath. I will leave it to you two. Slides the phone across the table towards me, touching it gingerly as if it were a mildly dangerous animal. We'll keep you updated, Theo. Please take a moment to rest. The fox nods once, heads towards the door, swaying slightly. He stops briefly in the doorframe and turns back to us, eyes not quite meeting ours. The code is 061710. 061710. Could that be when MJ died? That very well could be. Let me drop a save real fast. Make sure I'm saved. What? Darn cat. Thanks, you two. I really appreciate this. Then he is gone, and it's just me and Rafi in the kitchen. I found myself avoiding his gaze and pondering a familiar question. Are you mad at me? Guess we can't have a quiet morning around here, can we? It said, huh, not can we. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. He's the darn cat standing up now. And, like, I don't know, swaying. Headbutting me. No, apparently not. The voice is soft and welcoming, if rough from sleep. Figured you might be down here getting water or something. Then I heard Theo from the stairwell. Yeah, I was planning on getting coffee and coming back up, but... Was I? Is that true? But duty calls, right? Right. I can feel his eyes searching me, assessing my condition. I can do most of the talking if you like. I would appreciate that. Honestly, my nerves were still frayed from the dream, and Theo's outburst certainly hadn't helped. Alfie finds the text conversation of the Robinsons and hits the call button. He puts it on speaker and sets the phone down on the table. It rings and rings, so they finally answer. Oh my god! That's, Miss Robinson. That's Tom's wife. That blue is Tom's wife. We're gonna hear her talk this time. A gruff male voice. Never mind, I lied. I'm lying. I'm lying. I could have swore Tom's was red, wasn't it? Good morning, sir. This is Rafi and Leo, two of your neighbors, calling from Theo's phone. Rafi's voice is clean, clipped, and professional. He's clearly done this many times. I know you and Theo have been in touch regarding the woman in number 27. He waits for a response. We have, yes. Grudging, non-committal, approaching annoyed. Excellent. I hope you'll pardon my interrupting your text conversation, but as a trained emergency responser at a local ED, I thought I'd step in and give my opinion. A physician assistant's opinion. You let the last sentence hang in the air for a moment before continuing. As I'm sure you're aware, the temperature outside is well below freezing, even without wind chill. Number 27 has been without electricity for 3 days now. Realistically, the temperature inside that apartment is likely breaching the temperature outside. The woman inside is at high risk for hypothermia and frostbite at the very least. At worst, she might not survive another day. With all this in mind, I would like to ask you a favor. Would you be willing to let her stay with you for a few days until the power comes back on? Static. I understand that Theo has already asked you for this favor, but I felt that you needed to hear it again from a medical professional. He stresses the last two words, arms now crossed tightly over his chest. Is she really as bad as all that? Annoyance again, tinged with what could be concern. Haha! Yes. See, Rafi being a medical professional is perfect. Rafi rolls his eyes sharply, but his voice remains steady. Yes, sir, I'm afraid so. I have performed many death exams in the emergency department, and I would prefer to not have to do that if we check in on her tomorrow and she's still at her place. I think of Rafi leaning over her stiff, frozen body, like still propped upright in a chair. Stomach drops out from under me. Thought of Rafi touching a corpse feels somehow wrong. Yeah, by then rigor would have definitely set in. Something so warm and something so terribly cold. What are you doing, Kat? Not to mention the possible legal fallout between her family and any individuals involved. We see lots of that in the ER too. Legal battles that extend months on end, even if one party is clearly in the right. More static silence. Well, alright, if you really think it's necessary. The most reluctant acceptance I have ever heard in my life. My wife hasn't had time yet to tidy up yet, so that's quite alright, sir. Rafi cuts him off and begins ratting off the list. As long as there is somewhere comfortable for her to sit and some blankets to wrap her in, as I'm sure she'll be cold, perhaps a warm drink? If you have a fireplace and it isn't already on, I suggest lighting it. Well, hold on now, We'll start preparing to head over to number 27 right now. I'll be in touch with you if we need anything else. Please remember that time is of the essence here. Well, at least tell me when you're expecting to bring her over. Like I said, sir, we'll be there as soon as possible, likely within the hour. Please do your best to be ready for us. Will you chill? You keep adjusting just to sleep, just to lay down in the same spot. You fiddlesome cat. Now, before I hang up, do you have any other questions regarding preparations for her care? Did I miss something? No, I didn't. Well, no, I suppose not. Alright, good. We'll see you soon, sir. Thank you. Ruffy hangs up the call with a decisive motion and sighs deeply, rubbing his eyes with both paws. Wow. Ruffy, that was seriously impressive. He laughs a bit wryly without uncovering his eyes. Practice. Alright, we better start getting ready. Sorry, I was petting my cat. He's being very clingy right now, so... Sorry. Oh. Bruh. Sorry, I just got jumped by a message. Alright, we better start getting ready. Right. I take one last fortifying swig of my coffee and stand. I think I'll start waking the others. We might need all hands on deck for this one. Sounds like a plan. I'll go update Theo. Great. Grab your warmest clothes and we'll be ready at the front door in 5. I nod and walk briskly back into the living room. Find Theo sitting on the couch by the fire and leaning forward, paws clasped out in front of him. Theo, good news. They agreed. That easy, huh? So all I had to do was hear it from someone besides me. Well, Rafi is a PA. He knows how to handle situations like these. Theo hesitates, then nods, his expression softening somewhat. Fair enough. That's good that he's here then. Let's have Rafi wake the others and then we can head out. With only the slightest bit of difficulty, we get everybody out of the bed and downstairs in just a few minutes. The mood is muted due to the early hour, but tightly focused. All of us are clearly ready to do what needs to be done. It's been a while since I've seen Theo in his clothes like this. It's been like a few days since the last part I recorded for this. We all nod, I think, right? Hold on, let me check. I'm lying. I have two sitting out. I guess we'll need shovels once we get there. I have two sitting outside. They're plastic, but the metal ones are in the garage. Okay, we have these. Minutes 27 as soon as you can. Got it, sure. See how now once again opens the door, ushering us into the bitter cloud of some wind. Feels colder than ever before. As I take the door from Theo to let everybody out, I see Ollie shiver and pull his coat tighter around himself. Yep, I've read this. Oh, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Her apartment's back there. She's in the back half of the house. Theo shakes his head. Already tried her doors in the backyard. Then we triggered and I thought. Not only did the post mouse check their way. How the heck are we gonna do this? Theo's head and ears start slowing back and forth. She can't walk in this. I'll have to carry her out. Rafi, I think you'd be the one. Check the partner. I'll come with you to make sure she opens up. But after that, I'm leaving her to you, okay? Okay. Voice is steady. Rafi's incredibly nervous, almost sweating despite the cold. I know. For a long moment of eye contact, Theo turns to me and Ollie. You two start shoveling. Tell the other two the plan. Okay. You even get an officer's ass to help shovel, though I doubt it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. He said, where we dropping boys again. He always says it. I love him. Say no more. Yeah, we were at this whole part and the last parts. You want to go outside and help Rafi? The three of us have it covered out here. I blinked, surprised, shovel halfway stuck in the snow. It's just, I could tell he was pretty nervous about talking to having to handle her alone, and you kept looking at him, so I figured, I mean, honestly, yes. The moment Ollie offered me the possibility, it became the only thing I wanted. Are you sure you'll be alright, just the three of you? You're better off out here. We're better off out here than he is in there. I think he could use another set of paws at the very least. I heaved the last heap of snow off the side and jammed my shovel up right into it. Thanks, Ollie. Of course, just go. One more thankful nod, I start trudging towards the house. All of a sudden, the urgency hiding just below the surface breaks through, and I found myself almost racing through the snowbanks and through the rickety old gate. There's the door just ahead. I turn the handle with an unwelcoming squeak and force my way inside. Combined stench of cigarettes and mildew hits me like a wall. I swallow a bunch of hacking... Deep breaths, Leo. I swallow a bunch of hacking, smoke-choked coughs. Okay, maybe shallow breaths are best. I make my way through the small entryway into the living room. As I enter, a gruff, hoarse voice greets me. Who's this? I spot the two of them immediately. Yep, there she is. The old coot. I gotta crack my knuckles. Sorry, it's been like a few days since I cracked them, so they're all like loud. Here, I'm back to petting you. Don't bite me. The old woman glares at me from her ancient armchair. Then, pale and trembling, one little guy staring off past me into forever. Rafi turns to me with something approaching full-blown panic, contained only barely by his professional demeanor. Hey, Anna, this is my friend Leo. He's here to help. In fact, he arrived just in time. More help? Not sure how much more help I can take right now. I promise we're doing our best to get you somewhere warm. Your best, huh? She laughs. It sounds like marble on a cheese grater. Leo, can I talk with you for a moment? Listen here, pup. If you're going to talk about me, you might as well do it right in front of me. I don't think I've ever seen her this angry before. I'm glad I came in when I did. The vibes in here are almost absolutely rancid. I need to cut your chunks of fur that you have off, cat. You just have a fur chunk in here. Look, here's another one. I'm gonna get the clippers, and I'm going to cut these off. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Somehow maintaining his calm, Rafi turns fully to me. I'm very concerned for her. She's been sitting here drinking for days. The old woman scoffs loudly, interrupting him. Rafi presses on. I was in the middle of speaking with her when... Diana, do you mind showing Leo in your hand? She removes her thin arm from her pocket. Oh, she's shaking. You still worried about this? Her bony hand jerks rhythmically back and forth, back and forth. This started happening. She stuffs her jittery hand back out of sight with a dismissive huff. I don't know if this is a tremor, some kind of weird Parkinson's thing, or... I realize that my question falls on deaf ears. The dog is clearly deep in thought. I observe his expression. Echoes of my incident yesterday send a chill through my spine and down to my foot paw. Rafi? Yes? Yes, sorry. Turns back to adjust the fur at Laylee. Diana, has this kind of movement ever happened before? What, like in my life? Well, I've probably lived 4 times as long as you. You expect me to remember everything. Without missing a beat, Rafi continues his line of questioning, trying to specify. Have you ever noticed your arms shaking like this? Maybe you were diagnosed with a movement disorder at some point in your life? She ignores him, her shaking hand now occupied with digging around underneath the couch cushion. Diana, I need you to work with me. Do you have any medical conditions that you're aware of? She conjures a beaten up old flask in the chair and knocks it back before tossing it on the floor empty. Rafi keeps his eyes on her, unaffected by her behavior. I've got diabetes. Oh, her blood sugar. Okay, anything else? No. Rafi nods and pulls me aside. I really doubt her medical history is that clean, but we'll work with what we have. I think this could be some kind of diabetic exacerbation, especially if all she's been consuming is alcohol. But I'm still hopeful it's just a benign movement disorder. Or then again, it could be more sinister. Maybe medication induced? I'd need to see what she's taking. Actually, now that I think about it, if she's been drinking a while, it could also be some kind of acute liver disease like hepatic encephalitis. Hepatic? Where is the tatic in there? Hepatic encephalitis? But then if that were the case, the asterisk's would present bilaterally. I give him a blank stare as he trails off. Okay, what's the plan? Sorry, I'll try to curb the jargon. I think the first step here is to get a blood glucose level. It'll be quick and help me rule out causes for what's happening. Rafi looks at me, seemingly expecting a response. I blink at him, thoroughly unsure of what to say. Sure, that sounds good to me. You're the doctor here, after all. The moment the words leave my mouth, I regret it. Oh my god. God dang it, Leo. Leo always messes everything up. Look at Rafi's face. Rafi visibly flinches, and the old woman scoffs again, inserting herself into the conversation like a knife through flesh. Get away from me. No, he is not. He was very clear about that when he walked in. Good job. Good job, Leo. Good job. He raises the pitch of her voice, poorly miming the dog. Oh no, ma'am. I'm just a physician's assistant. Great. Even here on my supposed deathbed, I can't get a real doctor. How old are you anyway? 26, but that shouldn't matter to you. Oh, there's the age confirmation. You don't look older than 20, and they gave you a medical degree? Dog exhales, clearly trying to let her words roll off his fur, but directing his attention back to me. She has diabetes, so she could have a monitor and needles lying around. Would you be okay to start looking for those things? Yeah, I think so. What does the monitor look like? Rafi pulls out his phone and shows me a few images. I'm honestly amazed she's this lucid. Anna calls from the couch. I'm old, but I'm not deaf. Didn't that teach you manners in medical school? Rafi winces, but he doesn't take the bait. Okay, why don't you go ahead and look for those supplies? I'll try to continue my workup. We both turn to her, and right as we prepare to split off, he freezes. Doesn't take me long to figure out why. In a few minutes, we took our eyes off Diana, the jerking motion spread to her arm. We look at each other, and I see a new emotion in his eyes. Fear. Oh no, she's geeking! This is what I missed. I was never in here early enough to see her having a diabetic attack. Look at her face. Diana? His voice breaks. Rafi clears his throat and tries again. Diana, it looks like the movements are progressing up your arm. Is it okay if I try to suppress them? Knock yourself out. If I don't knock you out first. Her immediate assent surprises me. Maybe she's finally starting to realize the gravity of her situation. Rafi kneels next to her and presses his paws down against her arm, but the tremors don't stop. He tries for a few more seconds and gets back up. Diana, can you still hear me? All she does is glare at him, but she clearly can. Rafi and I make eye contact again, and I start to see panic set in. Leo, I think she might be having a focal seizure. Why does this always happen to me? And no matter what game, no matter which one of these games I'm playing, someone always has a freaking injury. Whether it's Beru and his arm and freaking Stranded, or this old lady. Dang it, Diana. It's the kind of seizure that can start in one place and spread to the rest of your body. I need you to grab the glucose monitor and... As if it couldn't get any more chaotic, Theo interrupts the disaster in motion by banging open the door and clambering inside. His eyes are steely and wild, and his hackles are clearly raised. Alright, are we ready to go? His voice has a harsh, husky quality to it, as if he would just finish yelling. He takes a quick look at the scene, at the old woman still in her slippers, and realizes that we are, in fact, not ready to go. Ralph burrows more deeply. What's the problem? Rafi speaks in a low voice, though I can't tell if it's to keep Diana out of the loop or to try and calm her. Theo, Theodore, who is this child? You said he was a doctor. So much for keeping her out of the loop. No, I didn't. I said he was like a doctor. Unbelievable. Theo ignores her and turns to Rafi again, taking another step into the room, tracking huge piles of snow on the ancient carpet. Rafi, what's going on? The Robinsons are ready. Yep, its tone catches me off guard, and it clearly does the same for Rafi. The dog starts stumbling over his words, gesturing alternately at himself, me, and Diana. I understand that. I'm trying to get a finger stick, but I'm concerned for... This is absolutely necessary, because we don't have time for anything that isn't absolutely necessary. Tom gave me a dump truck's worth of shit just now. I want to get her across the street before he changes his mind again. Noah pipes up, staunchly refusing to be left out. What in the hell did you bother Tom for? That bastard's always hated me. Theo ignores her, directing his gaze and his words only at Rafi. So unless we've got a real reason for the delay, I'm taking her now. Then another first. Something clicks in Rafi and his voice rings out sharp and deliberate as a scalpel. Well, Theo, why don't you tell me why her arm is shaking like that? He gestures exasperatedly towards Diana's worsening arm tremor. His eyes flick towards Diana and back at Rafi. I'm trying to figure this situation out, but I can't when I'm being constantly interrupted. Alright then, Theo interrupts. Figure it out. Hey Hannah, where's your glucose monitor? The one you use to check your sugar for your diabetes. She eyes Rafi with explicit possibility. I don't know. Damn thing hardly ever works anyway. Theo interrupts again, scowling. Where is it, Diana? She scowls right back. Don't you dare barge into my house and take that tone with me. I had to guess it's probably with the best. The rest of my medical stuff in the bathroom or the kitchen, maybe. He opens his mouth to retort, but Rafi quickly takes the reins back from him. Okay, Leo, look for her monitor. Theo, I need you to grab anything with sugar in it. Check her fridge for juice. Also, Leo, if she has any sleeping medication like a benzo, grab that too. What is diazepam, lorazepam, anything that ends in Pam? It'll be a bottle of pills. They aren't the priority, but I may need them if she doesn't stop seizing. I need everything right now. Theo interjects, saving me from having to ask any more follow-up questions. I know what those look like, Leo. I'll look for them. Rafi just nods, dismissing us both, before redirecting his attention to Diana. I'm not used to seeing Theo take a supportive role in a crisis, and from the expression on his face, neither is he. I'm glad to see him settle into it. This is insane. There's a woman seizing in front of us. I really wish I didn't. Is it bad that I wish I did Rafi's route last now? Whether he realized it or not, he was making things worse. Okay, Diana, try and stay awake and focus on my voice. I'm going to ask you a few questions, alright? Fox brushes past both of us, and I take it as my cue to exit too, leaving the dog to fend for himself with the old sheep. After extracting myself from the scene, I quickly locate and stumble into the bathroom. I throw the medicine cabinet open and surprisingly find exactly what I'm looking for. Monitor, a ripped open plastic bag labeled finger sticks. In fact, half the finger sticks spill out on the sink when I open the door as a result of the open package being shoved violently into the overflowing cabinet. Really can't worry about that right now. I make my way back to the living room. Rafi's still kneeling and holding Diana's arm as if repeatedly seizures. Theo is already back, sitting on the floor, clutching a bottle of pills in one hand and several juice boxes in the other. Damn, how fast did Theo move to beat me back here? Rafi's ears perk up as he hears me around the room. Good, pass the supplies here. He practically snatches the monitor and finger sticks out of my paws and sets them on the floor. Okay, Diana, I'm going to take your blood sugar. He gently grips her non-seizing arm. Just a little prick, sorry. She winces as Rafi uses one of the finger stick needles to draw a drop of blood, and he carefully holds her arm as if he turns around. Right, I need a reading strip now. I freeze, staring at Rafi's outstretched paw. Is he talking to me? Never mentioned reading strips, did he? The dog scans what I brought him and realizes it's not here. See the frustration start to bubble up in him, though he does well to keep it out of his tone. Leo, go back to where you found the monitor and look for the reading strips. They should be in the package. His expression, though, isn't as convincing. I don't think those warm blue eyes were capable of turning as cold and hollow as they were right now. Yeah, sorry. Jeez. Scamper out of the living room again, berating myself for being useless. As I throw the bathroom cabinet open once more, I quickly spot the strips sitting in a cup a few shelves down from the monitor supply. I extract the cup, knocking a few more bottles into the already junk-filled sink. Still don't have time to worry about that. I heard yelling from the other room, Diana's voice. I grab them and speed back to Rafi, who seems even more frustrated right now.
These kids stabbing me and can't even tell me what's wrong. I'll sue you for this, I swear to God.
How about we put her to sleep by, like, imprinting our fist on her face? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I do not promote hitting elders. Don't do that. It's very illegal. She's just such a bitch. Oh, give it a rest, Diana. How many times have you threatened to sue me? Still waiting on that summons. Amazingly, it closes out something like a laugh.
Don't get cocky. I'll see you in court yet for what you did to my boiler.
Rafi takes the strips from me wordlessly, turning back to the angry sheep. And I'm going to have to re-prick you. All trace of amusement vanishes.
Oh, fuck's sake, again? All you're doing is sticking needles in it.
And I need to do it again because you yanked your arm away from me and we lost the blood I was going to test. The voice is slightly raised, patience wearing clearly thin. Yeah, look at his face. Now, if you'd like me to figure out what's going on, glares at her, and not have me stick you a third time, I need you to work with me here. Anna shoots a venomous look at the dog, but stays quiet. He sets the monitor next to her, then sticks her again. Okay, stay still. Quickly captures a drop of blood with the paper strip, then inserts it into the machine. Seconds tick by like eternities, and then 20. Bingo. Hypoglycemic. Clearly following Rafi more than I am, holds up an open juice box. Here, Diana, drink this. Nose is dropped to her mouth, she starts sipping it. My eyes can't help but stick to the expiration date printed on the back. 3 months ago. Can't really worry about that right now either. The dog explains to us as she finishes the juice box, arms still shaking aggressively. Very low blood sugar can trigger... Jesus, I can't speak. Can trigger seizures actively in the brain. It's one of the first things we test when a seizure happens because it's easily fixed. And those kinds of seizures tend to respond really quickly to sugar. Continues holding the sheep's arm. The movement should start to slow down soon. Anna, are you feeling any better? If you're good at teeth secrets, a response. No. You should have called the damn hospital. I remember you telling me not to. Let's just wait a little longer. My cat fell asleep. Here, have another juice box. She should start responding soon. All eyes are on Diana now, everyone waiting with bated breath as she finished the second juice box. His eyes are glued to the clocking on her wall, paws still on Diana's seizing arm. Rafi? He doesn't hear me, though we're next to each other. Rafi, what? Theo, what meds did you grab? Fox startles, already having wandered off into his own thoughts. It's diazepam. Dosage? Theo fiddles with the bottle. 1 milligram. Give me 2, please. Dog holds out his paw and receives the medication. Anna, if your arm continues shaking for another minute, I'm going to have to take your sleeping medication. I'm going to have you take your sleeping medication. It should help, but it'll also make you really drowsy. Nothing from her, just a look that could freeze lava. Next minute crawls slower than ever, every single tick on the second hand marked by Rafi's flinty eyes. Then he reaches for more juice, leaving her arm to shake. Alright, I need to administer this. Diana, can you take these meds? She reaches out with her good arm and starts to grab at the pills. Wait. Theo reaches out physically and stops her. I think they're calming down. Hold on just a moment, Diana. Rafi freezes and directs his attention back to her arm. Even to my untrained eye, it looks improved. Just a small tremor remains. He makes eye contact with the old ill. You feel any better, Diana? Are you feeling okay?
Sure. Maybe. I guess. A little.
He remains silent, completely unconvinced.
Yes, alright. Yes, I feel better.
Good. Rafi slips the meds back to the bottle with a clatter. Sorry, Theo, you were right. The improvement is marked.
Maybe I should take the meds anyway?
You see her eyeing the bottle. No, I'd rather not administer them to you if I don't have to. You've been drinking quite a lot. She bristles, though clearly some of the fight has left her after that episode.
And? I've been drinking longer than you've been alive.
Rafi hesitates. Do you often take these while under the influence?
Like I said, I'm not some idiot child. I know my limits.
Okay, never mind. She's as venomous as ever. Rafi sighs softly and slips the benzos into his pocket. Okay, well, we can talk about that later. Your seizures seem to have subsided at least. Theo clears his throat. In that case, we need to prepare to head out. The Robinsons are waiting. Alright, I'm gonna stay here with you, Diana. What a treat. Rafi, or Leo, can you gather up her medical stuff? Yeah, I'm on it.
You stay there, Spotty. Hold on a moment.
She snaps at me. Spotty?
There's a beaded purse on my nightstand that I need.
Only if it's small. We can always come back to get whatever else you need later. I nod to head out. The old lady's nightstand is a mess of choked ashtrays and moldy gold cups. Her purse sits proudly in the center, half open and mostly empty packs of cigarettes clearly visible. This is why she needed it. Whatever, if it gets her out the door. I grab the bag, more than happy to leave the stinking, cluttered bedroom. And I return to the living room. The other two have already gotten Diana on her slippered feet. You really don't have any other shoes?
Not without holes. It's fine. I got no feeling in my feet anyway.
That'll do. She won't have to set foot in the. She won't even have to set foot in the snow.
What do you mean?
We've been over this, Diana. I'm carrying you.
Like hell you are.
You can hardly stand. Clearly, Rafi's monumental patience is starting to wear thin. There's feet of snow out there, and gusts of wind, and a gust of wind could knock you over. Dio is going to carry you, and the more you struggle and argue, the more likely he is to drop you. So if you don't want to be dropped...
Shut my mouth, huh? That's what you're telling me?
She cackles, and for whatever reason, her eyes zero in on me.
Do yourself a favor, kid. Don't get old. You reach my age, you don't get no choices anymore. Doesn't matter what you want. Doesn't matter how you feel. Can't even freeze to death in your own home.
No, I'm afraid not. Rafi interjects gently. Not while we're around. She laughs again.
Well then, you may as well get on with it. Take what's left of my dignity. See if I give a crap.
Do you always have to be so dramatic, Diana? She gives Theo another stone-cutting look.
That's frickin' hilarious coming from you, Theodore Donovan. You better not drop me. Or I promise this time I really will see you in court.
Theo, could you get the door for us? Of course. I hold the door open, wind daring new breath into the musty apartment as Theo bends down and scoops up the old woman with surprising ease. She must weigh almost nothing. Here, Theo, right this way. I'll try to clear more of a path for you. Together, we guide Theo outside and around the house. The driveway is mostly clear. Artemis and Ollie, who start to work twice as hard shoveling when they see us. I nod at once at Ollie and thanks. Wait. Okay, it did say Hunter. He smiles. Theo takes every step with diligence and heavy certainty. Eyes and limbs locked in tight focus. As he passes me, I sneak a glance at Diana. The old chief looks smaller than ever, wrapped in her flimsy clothes, her one good eye buried in Theo's chest. Her milky bright eye stares upward into the yellowing dawn. Seeing what? I could not say. And at the head of the procession is Rafi, sharp-eyed and serious, leading Theo forward while keeping a close eye on his patient. After a collection of tense foreverbers, Theo mounts the steps of number 30 and Rafi pulls the door open. Wordlessly, I follow him into the warmth of the house. And we're back in here. This is the second time we've been in here. Theo immediately strides over to the plush shelf and deposits Diana on the cushioned seat. He kneels in front of her, fussing with her jacket and making sure she's comfortable. There you go, Diana. We've arrived. He attempts a well-worn smile. Thank you for flying Theo Airlines.
Terrible in-flight service. Not even a drink menu.
Okay, this is the second time we've seen Old Buddy's wife. I spot Rafi in what looks like the kitchen doorway, talking in hushed tones with two groundhogs, the Robinsons, I presume. Tom looks even angrier in person. A dipped, constantly furrowed brow and a tense, leading posture, as if at any moment he might lunge. He seems to be barely listening to Rafi, nodding absent-mindedly while keeping his beady eyes fixed on Diana and Theo. The woman standing steadily behind him wears an entirely opposite demeanor, her body tucked tightly inward. Her eyes make constant little circuits of the room, almost as if she were planning the best route to escape. Jesus Christ, I can't read. I sidle? What? Sidle my way over to them, ready to give Rafi support if needed. The dog is fully locked in now, speaking with a precise robotic efficiency. This is her medical bag. It has everything she needs to monitor her sugar. She just had a hypoglycemic seizure before we got her over here, so it would probably be best to keep a close eye on her sugar levels for the next few hours. Now hold on just a minute. The husband holds out a paw, taking a step forward in Rafi's face. A seizure? You can't leave her here if she's gonna start seizing again. Shouldn't you be calling the hospital or emergency services? Somebody else? I intend to, just as soon as I finish briefing you on her condition. I would absolutely take her to the hospital if I had any faith I could actually transport her. Emergency services might be able to get her there, but they are doubtless stretched thin at the moment. She is no longer in any immediate danger, so they may not come at all. It would be a much worse situation if they got stuck together in the same way or to the hospital. On the way, or here, or to the hospital. See Tom's brain churning, trying to find holes in Rafi's logic. Alright, so when she starts convulsing, what exactly do you expect me to do? Rafi very clearly bites back a retort. She's not likely to. As long as she keeps her sugars up, that's what monitor and test strips are for. We brought juice as well, though she should probably eat some real food before long. I have no idea when her last meal was. Well, we've only got so much here. It's not as if we gotta go grocery shopping right now. Her wife's eyes look over to him, an inscrutable expression on her face. I look past the three of them into the kitchen, noticing an open pantry door with a hearty stockpile of dry and canned food inside. I understand. We can bring food and other supplies over. Theo joins us then, ignoring the Robinson, speaking pointedly to Rafi. Rafi, she's all settled in. I'm going back to grab some clothes and other things she asked for. Okay, great. Rafi returns back to the couple. We'll be back to check on her periodically, so you're not seriously just going to dump her here and leave, are you? Tom's voice rises in incredulity. You're the only doctor here. Diana's laugh cuts in from the couch. No such luck, Tom. No such luck. The pup's an assistant doctor. Probably just hands the doc his tools or something. Tom turns back to Rafi in indignant disbelief and takes another step forward. An assistant? Well, no. Oh, not this again. And he takes a step forward himself, so he and Tom are almost nose to nose. Box him. Miss Robinson steps backwards, paw flying to her necklace, but the much shorter man stands his ground, staring petulantly up at Theo. Box him. Mr. Robinson belongs on a t-shirt that only his wife will wear. Run the ones. Tom, what freaking difference does it make? Right now, as far as we're concerned, he's the only doctor in the world. Diana is here now on your couch, so the ball's in your court. If you're not going to kick her out in the snow, then you better just shut up and listen to what Rafi tells you. Turns on his heel. I'll be back with those clothes. Before anyone can reply, Theo stomps out of the front and slams the door. I don't believe this. Tom sighs, shaking his head disapprovingly. He's always been like this, you know, foul-mouthed and impatient. He speaks with a wholly practiced tone, somewhat between false pity and sneering self-satisfaction. Makes me want to punch him. Please do. Box him up. Why is he taller in the picture? Why is he taller than her in the picture, but not taller than her here? I just realized that. Huh. He must have been standing on a box. Oh my god, it's like the one movie. The dude that was carrying... I don't remember what the movie was called, but in it, the dude was after the girl, but he was like an extremely short king, and she was 6 foot something. So he carried a milk crate everywhere. And when he got the first kiss with her, he stepped on the milk crate to kiss her. I swear to God, that's what he was doing right here. He was standing on a milk crate. Jesus Christ, it's 2:30 in the morning. Buffy exhales quietly and re-enters the conversation. I was suggesting that we just leave her here. I wasn't suggesting that we just leave her here. I don't mind staying for a few hours to keep an eye on her sugars. Oops. Probably best to monitor her post-seizure anyway. Buffy's a braver man than I, volunteering to spend any more time in this house than strictly necessary. Sorry, I had to stretch a lot to get my water so I didn't crush my cat. As I'm laying on my side doing this. Oh, this water's stale. That's depressing. Stay hydrated, chat. I may need an extra paw from time to time, so I'll stay too. I interject before Tom can even open his mouth. Guess I'm braver than I thought. Ruffy turns to me in surprise and gratitude and relief. Please do. There's Leo reporting in. No one laughs. I barely consider running into traffic. That's how I feel whenever I try and get a joke off and nobody laughs. Basically every time I make a joke in a video. Anyways. Do a backflip off the Empire State Building in GTA Vice City. No one laughs. I barely consider running into traffic. I read that already. Then I remember there isn't any. Dang it! Yes, I think it makes sense for you to look after her. You know what to look for after all. Ruffy and I both stare at him for a long moment, confused by his quick 180. The moment we agree to do all the work, he decides he trusts Ruffy completely. Well, Tom sighs again and turns to his wife for the first time. Suppose breakfast is in order, eh? She smiles slightly. Yes, I suppose it is. You know my coffee upstairs enough, so we have a moment. Davis should be awake by now, and I got to talk to him about the Heston job. Who is Davis? Having apparently forgotten us, Tom turns and walks out of the room like a star after leaving the set. Miss Robinson waits until those clomping feet finish climbing the stairs and a door somewhere in the house clicks shut. Then she turns to us, her voice quiet and gentle. You'll have to excuse me, but breakfast won't make itself. She hesitates, one paw working her pearl necklace like a rosary. You boys drink coffee? I can bring you a cup. Ruffy examines her closely for a moment before politely shaking his head. No, but thank you, ma'am. Don't worry about us. I add, trying to catch her skittering eyes. You look like you have had enough to worry about. We'll be fine. She nods. Quick, jerky motion gives that same slight smile as before. Quickly steps into the kitchen out of sight. Only then do I realize that I forgot to ask her name. Ruffy and I exchange a look. I can tell we both have a lot on our minds. He opens his mouth as if to start bridging the gap when Diana calls from the couch. Hey, Spotty! Tofu! Tofu? Help me plug this damn thing in, will you? Bo Chief is struggling to untangle her phone charger. She has a phone? He calls. And it has a loud, insistent voice. The next few hours aren't relaxing by any stretch of the imagination, but they pass, thankfully without further incident. Ruffy makes a quick call to EMS, and they tell him exactly what he expected to hear. Since she is currently stable and he is there with her, there's nothing else to be done at the moment. Not with half the city shut down. Theo returns at some point, clearly bearing smoke-smelling bags of clothes and toiletries around the lake. He and Ruffy speak in quiet, polite tones to one another, not quite meeting each other's eyes. He doesn't stay long. Just existing in the house seems to make him twitch, and the house seems calmer when he's gone. The entire time, despite his serious lack of sleep, Ruffy stays awake and focuses on Diana. He and I both sit on the floor next to the couch. Eyes stay glued to her arms, as if expecting another seizure to start. I don't fare nearly as well. I fall victim to a number of impromptu naps. Each time I startle awake to Ruffy either right next to me or somewhere else nearby. Checking on Diana, fetching something for her, stretching his legs. He always spends most of her time on her phone, glaring down at it as if as if it were an unexpected bill. Hey, Spotty. What's a 6-letter word for satirical or something that happens contrary to expectations? I blinked chronically at her a few times, not understanding. She must be doing a crossword puzzle? Guess she's gotten over her ordeal. Maybe those kind of attacks aren't uncommon for her?
Starts with an I.
Ironic.
Huh.
Her eyes wandered to the ornate cross on the wall, and then to the explicit welcoming welcome mat. She laughs and resumes jabbing at her phone with a bony figure. Did I say figure? I meant finger. Jesus. At some point, Tom's wife brings warm pancakes with strawberries for us and Diana. She takes her plate and starts eating almost immediately, like she had forgotten what food tasted like. Here, I brought extra in case you two are hungry. She works at her necklace some more. Hope the berries are alright. They're obviously not in season, so I'm sure it's all lovely, ma'am. Thank you. I reply quickly, still struggling to catch her eyes. I'm Leo, by the way, and this is Rafi. Rafi smiles up at her and nods before turning back to his patient. Elizabeth. But you can call me Beth if you like. Welcome to our home. She welcomes us with a complex mix of emotions, genuine yet hesitant and regretful. Almost like an apology. Yeah. Her husband's a douchebag. Right, we did learn that he still treats her like an assistant, even though they've been married for who knows how long. Diana doesn't say a word, still focused solely on eating. Thank you very much for letting us, stay here. Beth smiles, a bit wider this time, and drifts back to the kitchen. More than time passes. Working my plate slowly. Rafi barely touches his. Every once in a while, Beth rejoins us in the living room. Still timid, but noticeably less so. She even breaks Rafi out of his trance briefly, asking him about the finger sticks and how often Diana's sugar needs to be checked, furiously copying his instructions in perfect cursive letters. He really does seem to care. Yeah, she does care. Her husband doesn't. Her husband's a bitch. In stark and noticeable contrast to her husband, yep, seen nothing more of Tom. Every once in a while I hear snippets of his raised voice, presumably on the phone, talking numbers and logistics and who's in charge. And who's to blame? What's their story like, I wonder? What brought Tom and Beth Robinson together? After eating, my yawns become wider and my dips into sleep more frequent. At some point, I feel someone shaking me gently. Good boy, letting out a yawn, looking at my side. I notice Rafi's absence and look at the CTO. Hey, Leo. It's been a number of hours. Where did Rafi go? Stumble upright, almost stepping on my tail. Don't worry, he headed back to mine now. Medically clear, Diana, and all that. I glanced at the sheep, conked out and snoring softly in her seat, plugged in her phone, slipping out of her hands into her lap. Why didn't Rafi wake me? We could have walked back together. Do you think you're good to head back too? I get up and stretch. Yeah, I think so. Thanks for coming to get us, Theo. Of course, a storm like this, looks like it's calmed down for the day. Or at least for now. I can walk with you anyway, though, if you'd like. Oh, are you not coming back? Not yet. Still got a few more things to sort out with the other folks before I call it a day. Raise an eyebrow, but he clarifies. No one in this house, at least for now. Alright, in that case, I can make it back on my own. Theo nods and I bundle up again, moves to get the door. He hesitates, paw on the doorknob. Thoughts clearly roiling around in his eyes. Don't worry about it, Theo. It's been a stressful morning for all of us. At least it's over now. Surprise. And then gratitude. Thank you, Leo. Get back safely, okay? Smile at him. You too, Theo. Don't stay out too long. The trip back to Theo's house is wow, I almost said unthankfully. Thankfully uneventful. Fox is right. It was uncharacteristically calm outside, especially compared to this morning. The landscape was no clearer, but I could make out my destination in the distance. Surprisingly, some of our paw prints from earlier had survived. And after long, I found myself stepping through Theo's front door. Ollie! Leo, I was wondering when you'd get back. Is everything alright out there? He ushers me in as we talk. Yeah, is Rafi back? Yes, he is. He said he was really tired, but not much else. He worried me a little, honestly.
Did a lot happen when you were in Diana's house? Yeah, it was pure chaos for a moment. She was yelling, Thea was yelling, she was having a seize. Paused myself, noticing Raptor's concerned eyes. But we got through it and everything was okay. He nods. Is he in his room now? Yes, but I think he might need a little time on his own. That's the vibe I got from him earlier, at least. I exhale. You'll get your chance soon, Leo. In the meanwhile, I already prepared some food if you're interested in that. Sure. Beth, Tom's wife, made us some breakfast. But that feels like ages ago now. Hunter! Both Hunter and Artemis are in the kitchen, are at the dining table eating when Ollie and I walk in. I elect to withhold details of the events at Diana's house for now. Instead, I allow myself to relax for the first time today. Join the company, the laughter. Listening to Artemis and Hunter bicker playfully, I think. This is where, in Theo's route, we would have been asking the mayonnaise question. I had to say I liked mayonnaise because I like mayonnaise, but Hunter doesn't, and Hunter would think I'm a demon because I like mayo. But through the chatter, I'm painfully aware of Rafi's absence. It's hard to leave the warm company especially after all the day we had. But it finally feels right to go back to him. I get up. Hey guys, I'm going to make a plate for Rafi and take it upstairs to him. Yeah, I'm sure he's tuckered out and needs a bite. You'd like that. Artemis nods. Let us know if you need anything, okay? Ollie clearly reads me like a book. Yeah, of course. Thanks, you guys. I quickly heap a collection of food onto an empty plate. Poor dog's probably starving. After the mountain of calories feels adequate for Rafi's appetite, I make my way upstairs. I pause outside his door. Should I knock? That's silly. I was literally sleeping here a few hours ago, but no response. Rafi, I have some food from downstairs. Barely touched your pancakes earlier, so I knew you're hungry. Can I come in? So nothing until I listened closer. Something rustling and then sounded someone crying. Painful, heavy dread weighs me down right through the floor. Shattered glass. Bitter frost. I almost threw open the door. No! The boy is crying. Why is the boy crying? This is new music. I love we're listening, we're seeing Rafi cry, and the only thing I have to say is, "Hey guys, it's new music." And then I get flashbacks to the Flight Reacts get a freaking meme earlier. Bro, I actually need to take your shirt off. Jeez. Please, nobody clip any of this. Please, this does not need to go in out of context compilation. Anyways, crying. Rafi? I freeze at the threshold, not even sure what to do. He doesn't look up, but his chest heaves as he cries, hunched up against his bed frame in the wall. It doesn't even feel like he notices me here. I clatter to the plate on the desk before rushing over to him. Oh, Rafi. So I reached to hug him, but then grayscale frames lit ablaze as a last resort. Fudge. It's all too much to process at once. I gently slump over by his side. Who's harmonizing in the background? What is the robot harmonizing in the background? Who is that? A million different words claw their way up my throat, but none of them feel right. I keep my mouth shut and slowly I hear him start to breathe more regularly. He looks up at me, no brave smile to be found. Then he slowly opens his mouth to speak as he gets the last of his nipples out. Leo? My throat feels dry, as if I was the one just crying. Yeah, Rafi? I'm here.
But I wiped one paw across his face, though his tears have already soaked through his fur. They were right, weren't they? I know exactly who he's talking about, but it doesn't feel right to jump to that conclusion just yet. Is this about today? Diana was more than a handful. No, it must have been. No, not her. And was it Theo? He was kind of harsh, not him either. And Rocky's paws were trembling, damp, matted fur discolored by tears. Can't hold myself back any longer. I reached for his paws with mine. Can I? He nods and I pull them towards me, resting on my legs. I'm here to listen to you, Rafi. Whatever you have to say. Nothing but his sniffling fills the silence. And finally, Leo? Yeah, Rafi? What does love mean to you? Oh. Oh. Shoot. I don't know. Loyalty? Loyalty. Being like you do anything for someone, that they do anything for you. That's why we need love. We need to know someone has our backs no matter what. Like we'll both be there to support each other, hold each other up, regardless of time or distance. What does love mean to you, Rafi? Company. Not just the kind that you go out to dinner with once in a while to catch up. Catching up with most people is exhausting. It's the people that I go to with the little things. I wouldn't text Artemis about the really sweet coffee I just had at the hospital cafe, or Theo about my tummy hurting after eating too much. My relationships with them just don't work that way. That isn't to say that there isn't love of some sort there. It's just different. Different from Mom, Dad. They drive me insane. But his voice cracks softly. He looks down at our paws, seemingly startled by the sight, gently pulling his away from mine. He clears his throat. They love me in that way. They do want to hear about those things, but with what strings attached, being forced to say the right or the wrong path, growing your happiness secondhand from someone else's. Echoes from the previous night's dream reverberate loudly in my mind. At what cost? I wince as those words come out. Sorry, I didn't mean to. No, it's okay. Face value has really no cost at all. To child me, at least. They had everything laid out for me. I just had to check all the boxes off. It was the easiest path. The least resistance. Then I chuckle. And here I am instead. Half-baked healthcare worker on paid vacation. Still working. Almost killing a woman. But killing her? You saved her. He exhales, closing his eyes. At the very end, when I almost gave her the sleeping meds. He has stopped me because she was starting to look better. I wasn't thinking straight. Sleeping meds and alcohol both suppress your body's drive to breathe. And an older person, they could stop your breathing altogether. But you said that the medication stops seizures, right? Yes, but it was slowing by that time already. And I'm betting she had unsafe amounts of alcohol in her system even before we saw her. Fudge. Yes, I said fudge. Instead of the actual effort. I gotta stop cursing so much. He puts his snout in his paws again, another grim laugh. And then what would I have done? Given the woman CPR until emergency services could arrive? To fix what I did? With the snow in the way, I would have died of exhaustion before they showed up. But that didn't happen, right? That's why you work with other people in the hospital, so they can catch your mistakes. But it shouldn't have happened at all. And maybe it wouldn't have if I had just listened to them. I ask a question I know the answer to already. Rafi, what did they want? A real doctor. And all they got was an assistant. There are so many things I want to say, so many things I want to ask, but none of them feel right for the moment. Okay, can like Crazy Frog's third cousin stop harmonizing in my ears, please? Please? Great, it's starting again. Crap. So there's so many things I want to say, so many things I want to ask, but none of them feel right for the moment. Did I read that already? Probably. I think. No, I know that this goes further than just his career. Small, simpler picture frames of my dream glow brightly as ever in my mind. The dog stands up slowly. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm really, really tired. I think I might call it a night early. Don't apologize, Rafi. Think I'm going to do the same if that's okay with you. He nods and flicks his eyes to the bed, clearly remembering our previous night's sleeping arrangement. What did he want? Should we sleep separately tonight? Hey, would it be too presumptuous for me to sleep next to him again? Yeah, I don't think that was the right response. I was a little warm last night. Is it okay if I grab the air mattress? What is it that I see in his eyes? Hurt? Relief? Sometimes I can read him so well, and other times it's like a stranger to me. Or maybe I'm a stranger to him. Yeah, of course, it's totally fine. Do you need help? No, I got it. Thanks, Rafi. As I turn to leave, I see him reach for the plate I left on the desk. But at least he's eating. As I step into the living room, I can hear laughter echoing from the basement, a mix of Hunter, Ollie, and Artemis. I should update them at least briefly. I turn and descend the second flight of stairs. Looks like an intense pool game is going on. Except all the strike balls are gone, and pretty much every solid ball is still on the table. Hunter and Ollie are seated on a couch while Artemis paces with his pool cue. Hey, Leo. He gestures to the clearly one-sided game. Want a round after? I'm okay, but thanks. Ollie, reading my mind, pipes up. How's Rafi? He's really tuckered out after everything that happened today. The mood dampens quickly. Is he alright? I'm honestly not sure. I think he'll need a bit of time to rest. Theo made the situation sound really stressful. The sound of the freaking house settling made me jump. I'm gonna crash. But he said that Rafi navigated it quite well. I nod, but decide not to close anything more. Not to close. Not to close? Cat. I'm tweaking. Carl? Closet goes Carl. I'm bugging. I said close instead of disclose. It's like saying plate instead of this plate. I'm gonna crash out. Please help me take English classes. I don't know how to read. I nod but decide not to disclose anymore. There we think I said it. There we think go. There we think go. There we think go. Please. Your owner's bugging. I nod but decide not to disclose anything more. There we go. It definitely took a lot out of him. I agree. Gosh, I hope he's able to rest up tonight. I think he's calling it a night early, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Thanks, dude. It'll be extra nice to him tomorrow. I think I'm heading up too. Just going to keep him company. I think he'd appreciate that. I nod and thank the bunch before returning to the living room for the air mattress. Am I gonna run into Theo? No, I'm not. I knock again and Rafi calls out. Jesus Christ. Come in. The dog is sprawled out on his bed, staring at the ceiling. Hey. Sorry for dumping all that on you. No, it's okay. You feeling a little better? Dog nods wordlessly. I think I believe him. If there's anything I can do, please tell me. Feels like he's about to ask for something. This time yesterday, a hug would have felt more than appropriate, but today, I'm okay. But thanks you. But thanks. But thanks you. But thank you, Leo. I exhale silently, heart sinking. We exist together in his room quietly. It doesn't feel awkward, just different. At some point, I plug in the air mattress, punctuating the still air with soft motor noises. Want me to turn off the lights? Yes, please. Darkness fills the room as I find my way back to my air mattress, making myself comfortable. Is he asleep? Afraid to move around and make any noise. I want him to sleep well. Leo? My fur bristled, startled by his voice. Yeah, Rafi? Thank you for being here. A touch of relief spreads through my chest. Always. I think I mean it. Not long afterwards, I hear Rafi's breathing slow as he slips into a deep sleep. Spend the next hour scrolling on my phone in the dark. It doesn't take long before his sleep consumes me too. And there's the music, and there's the outro message. Yep. Alright. Just like that. Hunter, Ollie, Theo, and Rafi's stories are done. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll through the menu. Oops. I lied. This is still a great game. All of it's hidden super hard. This Rafi's whole storyline is very sad. It's very sad. Sad boy. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but I looked at the freaking... Okay, I don't know if you guys know, but in OBS, it shows what window I was just sharing on my window capture tab, because I use the game capture for the game, and it's just it reads out the title, the entire title for the Flight React meme from earlier. Okay, so each one of these has been taking 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute this volume just in case, because I'm trying to open up to see how much the last recording was. An hour. Yep, 3 hours. Jesus. But again, this is a really, really amazing game. I am super excited to play through Artemis's Route. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Emo Mordecai, but still, I have to play through it for the rest of the pictures. Speaking of which, yep, here's the Artemis picture right here. Then this is the first dream sequence of the Artemis route. And then all that, all that, all that. And then this is the second dream sequence of the Artemis route. So Artemis's route seems to be the newest route that has been added. So, the update is coming soon at the end of the month. I want to get through Artemis's before the update releases, cause then I can just continue straight from where we left off with Ollie's route, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna take 2 hours for the Ollie thing, even with me skipping a certain bit of it, because, well, we were probably already seen the dialogue before. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. They help me out a ton. Follow me on Twitter at Stopperate and join the Discord, link to which is in the description. That really hurt my hand. That's why I need to stop snapping at the end of every video. It's overworking my hands, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.